Take it away.
Hello, people. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling tonight? All right, this is Ego,
All in my mouth.
and this is Ego and Zone. Tonight, we're not going to read nothing. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. So today, something very interesting happened not too long ago. In my life, and not directly to me, but to baby bro, and it brought up
Baby
the
bro.
thought process of what a lot of us men go through, and that in particular would be expectation and realization, and when it comes down to the women that we date,
Mm.
in this particular aspect, this one here would be more along the lines of you meet a woman and you get yourself all hyped up. Hey, this might be the right one. Everything she says seems to fall right in line. It flows just perfectly. Your energy seems like it's unmatched. As the way it was put to me, two Lego pieces snapping together. Okay, just it just fit, just the right fit for each other. At least that's what you feel. And then the rug gets pulled, and it's not at all what you expect. It's because although you've been doing all the right things, you've been talking, treating her right, you bringing her, get like, maybe you get her little things, you get her a rose when she comes back from off of a little quick little getaway room, whatnot. But for whatever reason, she just seems to be like, hey, you know what? I just don't think this is gonna work out. And you had the expectation because you're so high up here. You've been floating this whole time. You dealing with this woman, and she's been everything just seems like it's just on par. And then now she's not looking in your direction because of whatever stupidness that she thinks that would be better for her. And the only reason why I say that is because of the fact of, granted, some women want a man who is more into street shit. I'm gonna say that. Now, the distinguish for those who don't understand, there's a difference between hood niggas or hood men and street men or street niggas for what I'm saying, people who understand. When it comes down to that, it's more of a hey Todd, need you just a little bit. Thank you kindly, sir. So when it comes down to that, it's a thing of, hey, the entire time you're just happy go lucky, but she wants somebody who's more involved in the streets. So like I was saying, going back to that, the difference between a hood dude and a street dude. A hood dude, you come from the hood. You know what it's like to be in situations, to come from struggle. But you don't want to completely associate yourself with that. That's not the identity that you want to hold. So yes, you come from this, but you do not want to stay a part of it. You find other ways, even though you can do all the street shit because it's literally right there in front of you for you to do. But instead, you decide, hey, I'm gonna go a different way. That's the hood dude. The hood dude is the one who decides, I don't want to get involved in that shit. I'm a part of it in the aspect of I know them. I know the individuals that's a part of that. I'm cool with them. We straight. We tight. Boom. We tight knit. But I don't want to be that. I want to be more. But for whatever reason, because I've experienced it myself as well, that women who rather be with the street dude feel like, hey, well, you're not hood enough. I've heard black enough, which is crazy to me. And it's like, because I don't portray myself in this particular image, you feel that I wouldn't necessarily be able to admit or be a part of that. I wouldn't be capable of protecting you or so on and so forth, which is a complete misconception. A lot of guys will refuse to become a part of their environment because they see more for themselves. But a lot of women will see that as, well, specifically in this case, black women. And I'm not doing no fresh and fit bullshit where I'm bashing black women, so y'all ain't gotta think about that. But it's a thing of, we just want, you know what I'm saying, we deserve love too. We just because we don't carry ourselves in the aspect of, I'm a gangbanger, I'm a thug, I'm a killer, I'm a drug dealer, doesn't mean that not only are you not able to protect, but you aren't willing to do what it takes to protect them. But they just assume, nah, you don't carry yourself in the light of what the stereotypical black dude from the hood would be. So I feel like it's not gonna add up. And that shit is crazy to me.
You know, when you say that the stereotypical thing of a black dude, that I feel like that's more to do with like society and how they view us. Because if you really think about it, like how the people, how other ethnicities view us, right, versus how we view each other. It's like what they look at TV is like, oh, that's what I want. See the dude in the streets and the thug. Like my pops made a point just now. A hood dude and a street dude, basically the same thing. They're looking for someone who's more, you know, a thug or something like that, or whatever the case may be. That perception, in my opinion, is it's not a realistic thing. Like how we view it is like, oh yeah, someone who's book smart, street smart. They're like they want someone, you know, who they feel, you know, is about that lifestyle because they think they're about that lifestyle, and that's not exactly what they want. They it's always that what is that saying? Good guys finish last, whatever. Because most women always want the rough dude around that's rough around the edges. But at the same time that they want this dude that's rough around the edges, they're thinking that they can change him. That's exactly what it is. It's I want this dude that's rough around the edges because I think I can mold him to be how I want. He can be rough around the edges in the streets, but at home he's going to do this and this and that, and that's not how that works. That is not how that works. If he's rough around the edges in the streets, he's most likely rough around the edges at home too. And depending on his demeanor and mentality, and the age that he's in and what he's gone through growing up, because you know everybody grows up differently. Because you can have someone who is super ghetto, right? And it's not saying that, you know, just black people are ghetto, because you have in every ethnicity you have someone who they consider ghetto. There people look at him like, yo, you're ghetto as fuck. And it ain't got to be black to be ghetto. You can be white to be ghetto. You can be Asian to be ghetto. Hispanic can be ghetto. I mean, anybody can be ghetto. Is, you know, how you're brought up, how you carry yourself. Like most people when they see me, they're like, "Oh man, you don't know anything." I know quite a bit. I just don't talk on stuff. Like
Like,
people
I'm not
knew
about to incriminate
people
myself,
knew what
but
my family did when I was younger. Like they'd be probably surprised how I turned out. I turned out the complete opposite, in my opinion, than the rest of my family. And it's not nothing wrong with that. It's just they lived a different style. I looked at how they did, and I said, well, let me see if I can mold it into my own unique style of doing things. Like a lot of my family didn't really fuck with the cops like that, but I didn't care. I fuck with the cops because of my mindset, how I was thinking. You don't hide. You don't hide and try to be sneaky. You put out right in front of them, and if you do it right in front of them, half the time they'll overlook it. It's like they say you know, they're always going to the ghetto to look for you know, the gang bangers and that, and they're overlooking the people who are in right in plain sight doing, just like the politicians. You know, a lot of politicians will do a lot of crooked shit right in plain sight, and no one will be none the wiser. Even cops do a
yeah,
lot of
they'll
crooked stuff.
purposely overlook it because
Yeah,
they
they
might fit their interest.
yeah, because if you befriend them the right way, they'll overlook the shit you're doing. You can be doing some crooked shit right in front of them, and they'll overlook it. But I digress. The women see that and they're like, "Oh, you're not hood enough. You're not being in the streets. You're not game banging. You're not bringing in this money. You don't have money like that. That's the type of lifestyle I'm used to." And when I hear that, 'cause you're saying something about that, you know what they're looking for, and they're looking for a lifestyle, and quote unquote, they think that lifestyle is their lifestyle. And what reality, that's not their lifestyle. Your lifestyle is what you can afford, what you can pay, what you can do. That is your lifestyle. If you say, oh, every guy I go out with, they does this, they do this for me, they take me on vacation, they buy me all this and Louis Vuitton bags and get my nails done, my hair done. That's the type of lifestyle I'm used to. No, that's not your lifestyle. That is a lifestyle that someone is giving you because you're
Yeah, if you're
dating
not
them.
providing that strictly
That's
for
you're
Dolly, that don't count.
yeah, you can only consider it your lifestyle if you're providing it yourself with your own money. If you're not doing it with your own money, not asking for someone to do it for you, that's not your lifestyle. If you have to ask for it, it's not your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is what you can provide yourself. So like when I see these people's like, oh, like divorce, like marriage, the people who divorce, like, you know, the NBA player, football player, celebrity, and they're like, oh, I can't do this, child support, I need 30K a month, you know, I have a life. No, that's not your lifestyle. That was your husband's former husband lifestyle. They had that money, they had it coming in, they got, you know, $1 million contracts, you know, endorsement deals. That's their lifestyle because that's their money bringing in. You got accustomed to their lifestyle and you try to adapt it to your own. And you know, most judges are like, oh yeah, but they will grant them that because like, yeah, you're right. That's, you know, you that's your lifestyle. It's not their lifestyle. They didn't earn that. They didn't put in, you know, the hard work, the sweat, the tears to do all that. That's pretty much given to them by their significant other. And it's not saying that just women do that. You know, men do that as well. There are some men who have no problem letting their women make all the bread, whatever they want, because they're lazy or whatever the case may be. Yeah, like, yo, go ahead, do it. That's my lifestyle. No, your lifestyle is just leeching and mooching off of people. That's your lifestyle. But actually putting boots to ground and going out there hustling and doing all this stuff is not your lifestyle. There are like, you can always tell who a true hustler is and who knows about, you know, hardship and who doesn't know about hardship. Because someone who doesn't know about hardship will sit there and just stress and stress and stress. The moment there's something that doesn't go according to plan, when something doesn't go according to plan, they sit there and stress and they get angry and they get upset. The ones who are hustlers and who have hustled, you know, at any point in their life, they know, hey, if money is coming up short, that's okay. I know what to do. I can sell something, do a little side job here and there, a little something odd here and there to make up that extra money because I'm a hustler. That's what they're made on. Like my dad right now, he does he works for, you know, he does his own business. He's a tow truck company. He does a lot of stuff out there. Now mind you, like if that stuff dried up and he couldn't do that, he wouldn't be too worried about it because he's a natural born hustler.
Yeah, so other avenues
if that shit went south, he wouldn't be stressing about that shit. He's gonna be hustling because that's what he's just naturally good at, you know. And I respect that because if push came to shove, he's pushing, he's shoving, he's putting his foot in your throat to get what he needs to get done because he's a hustler at the end of the day. You know, he's not going to sit there and dwell and sit there and mope about it. No, he's gonna start moving pieces like a fucking chess player to get shit done. And not many people can say they could do that. Now, mind you, he growing up, he probably had tons of hard spots where he couldn't figure out how he wanted to you know, how to hustle. But that was the process. He was learning, he was adapting. To the point now, if shit went sideways, he would figure it out because it's in his bone. It's grained into him to be a natural hustler. Now, mind you, he's up there in age, so he's not looking to try to hustle. He wants to avoid that, which, I mean, as you get older, you realize, like, everybody always says, you know, slinging, doing all this stuff in the streets. Oh, that's where it is. It's fast money is there. But there's always a price with that fast money. It's not always going to be sweet. You can be doing that hustling shit and be, you know, thrown in jail, have years put in your sentence, whatever, lose your life for it because you think that is where you need to be. You think hustling in the streets is where it's at. I want to say my dad was hustling for a minute, and then I remember him saying, like, one day he was sitting here, he was like, yo, I don't want to hustle no more. Like he realized, like, yo, he's getting too old to be sitting there hustling and he started doing shit a different way. He started moving a different way. And he still was making money moving a different way without hustling. Now, does that mean he stopped hustling mentally? Absolutely not, because he still does, when it comes down to it, he still gets shit done with a hustler's mentality.
To keep it real.
And it's legit legal shit he's doing, but he will still use the traits and tools that he learned as being a hustler to make sure he's going to get his fucking job done, make sure he's going to make his money. You know,
and that's the thing when it comes down to that. Like when you are a hustler, like if you, or as other people commonly put it, other individuals who are street pharmaceutical reps, let's put it like that, they legit have some of the most potential. Shout out Ali Sadiq for that street pharmaceutical rep. But like they have the most potential when it comes down to being able to be businessmen because not only do you know how to sell, but you know how to make a product sell itself even more so. You know how to pull the right strings to be able to get somebody to be willing to buy from you. Like that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And that if you apply those same skills that you would use hustling in the street or whatever to all right, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go sell some cars. I'm gonna go sell some houses, my nigga. You know, I'm gonna go make this happen. I'm gonna go do this, do that. That shit genuinely would make motherfuckers so much money.
Yeah.
And I keep it real. It's just the simple fact of being able to have the imagination to know, okay, this is not I'm not limited to this. Like,
Yeah.
and genuinely, black men, if you are still in the hustling thing and you feel like there's no other way out, my nigga, you are wrong. There's so many other things and other ways to go about. Nigga, if you want to start off with the smallest way to go legit, nigga, sell some waters. Sell some
Facts.
coffee outside, nigga. Yeah, it's cold. Sell some fucking coffee, nigga. Do something like that where your ass can be like, you know what? All right, cool. I see the value of my dollar, and I don't have to worry about looking over my shoulder and worry about a nigga trying to run down on me to take my packs. What you want to do? Take my packs of coffee, nigga? Go sit down. Fuck wrong with you?
Yeah. Now,
Like,
and what's crazy because
there's multiple ways.
anybody who's a natural hustler can easily be an entrepreneur in any business they want. A
Mm.
hustler who knows a craft and you know whatever it is, slinging, you know, being a handyman, whatever it is, however they're hustling. When you sit down, you think about like their characteristics and the things that they can do, right? And you sit there and look at it and you say, "Yo, this hustler can do this. He manage money." On time, punctual, do this because you know when you're hustling, you still gotta manage your money. You still gotta come up and you know make your sales, your products, see how you can do stuff. Now, if you're slinging drugs, whatnot, you know you need to shake it up, whatever the case may be. You're still finding ways to stretch your product, right? And when you're in you know retail, for instance, you gotta find a way to sell your product, find a way to get sales deals. It's the same fucking thing. So anyone who can naturally hustle can naturally do any other job. The difference is you have to put in more time to do those
Yeah,
other
it takes
jobs
more
the
work.
legal way, right?
Yeah.
Versus being able to be a hustler and you know go out there for a weekend and make you know 6 7 grand, you know, just doing what you do best versus you know going to a 9 to 5 job and you're still hustler mentality, but you know you're realizing like that money ain't coming in, and that's actually the disconnect
Yo,
for most people who
I
come
was
out as
I
a
was
hustler and
gonna
they
say, I was gonna say that as a nigga, as a former, all right, anyway, as a nigga who
smoke
used to be
shop
a part of
worker.
that shit. Yeah, let's just say
That's
that.
a,
Let's just say that. When it comes down to it, because I mean, even on the side, you know what I'm saying, I might have been making my own little money, but that's neither here nor there. The point being is, yes, it is definitely not just some easy shit to walk away from that money.
it's
Keep it
not
real
you,
with
you
you.
get you get spoiled
It's
because
not
that
easy
that
to walk away from
that
that
is your
money.
lifestyle. You're used to having that money
You're able to do
at your
yes.
fingertips to be able to do stuff
I'm not
anytime you
even
want because it's coming in.
I'm not even gonna lie. Yes, it is very difficult to decide to go on the straight and narrow and then stay on that motherfucker when you know like you see this shit. You see, like, all right, I just put in X amount of time. Government then took a good enough amount of my money. Fuck, man, like this. But in order for you to like, when you do decide to say, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna stick in there and I'm gonna make something different of myself. I want to be something different. I want to be seen in a different light. And
Yeah.
that shit is going to be the most difficult shit to stay on that straight and narrow. But I guarantee you, you want as a man, me personally, I felt a whole different level of relief being able to work and make my money, like earning it versus, all right, cool, yeah, I got that. Yeah, I just want to sell that. All right, cool. Now I got X amount. I can give me some re up, and I still got a couple dollars to play with. Versus, damn, all right, I just made this money. It's not as much as I expected, but I do have to pay these bills and shit like that. But that level of accomplishment of, you know what, I just paid these bills. I'm pretty sure, as like, yo, you making more than enough for you to pay your bills and still have enough because you doing that. Yeah, I get it. That shit gonna still look super sweet to you, my nigga. No, I'm not gonna act like it's not. You going to wind up looking back at it and be like, damn, son, I could have still been making that. But at the same time, you might have walked out or got out at the exact time you were supposed to.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, and as soon as I stopped fucking around with some shit, a couple of them people had like I was cool with. Them niggas got caught up in some bullshit. So
Hmm?
if you getting that voice of, hey man, you know what? You can be better. You can do something different. Just take that first step, my nigga. That's all I ask y'all to take that first step in towards that
Facts.
direction. Because it's going to pay off in the long run.
Speaking of something else you
The
talked
part-
about
What's that?
earlier, before I forget about it, for those who are watching the podcast live, there isn't some ads that are coming up soon. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about that. But if you want to catch the full episode, make sure you tune in to the Spotify or YouTube or where the podcast is posted. You'll catch the full episode without the ads playing. But if you're catching us live, recording the podcast, you're going to have ads. There's nothing we can do about that. That's the benefit of being an affiliate for me, because that's how I get paid. But if you want to catch the podcast without the ads and just hear us talk, make sure you check us out on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, iHeart. I can go on with many ways you can catch this podcast, because it's, like I said, it's on like 14, 15 different platforms. So tune into it, tune into all of them. Hey, let us know that you really love us and fuck with us. But when we first started the episode, Thad brought us in, Eagle brought us in, and he was talking about expectations of the dating. His little bro had a little heartache with some shit, and I talked about it too. I remember we were talking about it, what really hit him, and what it was that he thought this chick was on some shit. They were gonna hit up, and she met the folks, moms, if I'm not mistaken, met Mom Dukes, and he's like, yeah, he thought this was gonna be the one for a minute, and he did what motherfuckers used to do back in the day. He tried to be sweet and do a letter, just coming down to earth, keeping it simple. Which I was like, yo, that do a little letter. I don't know what he put in the letter, but I was like, yo, like that's some shit that we probably do back in the day, write letters and shit like that, trying to not trying to do nothing too much. But she viewed that, from my understanding, as like being corny. Like when he called her up, they were laughing about the shit. I remember because that's what really bothered him for most part. And I was like, that kind of sucks. Like when he told me he wrote a letter, I was like, yo, that's pretty dope. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, motherfuckers these days, they don't respect that shit. They don't appreciate shit like that, especially a lot of the women. And that's pretty much realized that he not the type of person she thought he was, because he wasn't hood enough. And it's like, well, what do you consider hood enough? Because he's from New York, because, and that's also the thing too, the perception when someone meets you and you're dating, and you're in that test field, you don't always show your full cards right away. Like you show, like they always say, yeah, you're not being 100 with me. No, I am. But I'm not going to show you, like, if I'm a hood person, I'm not going to show you how hood I am off rip. Like, that's just not how it is. Like, I got to feel you and make sure.
If there's no need for me to be on no hood shit right off the bat, what is the problem? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
have to be, we didn't have a situation where I had to show you, hey, I'm really about that shit. Like, we didn't have that. So if that's the case, who are you to tell me where I land on that list?
And when
because
he said
I
that,
showed you this version of me.
and when he said that, in my mind, I was like, he dodged a bullet. He dodged a motherfucking bullet. Because look,
I said the same thing.
You don't have to be a hood person 24/7. There are some people who are only a hood when they need to be. And mind you, when they need to be hood, they're aggressive, they get the shit done. But any other time, they could be as gentle as a fucking flower. I shit you not, I know some people who were super fucking aggressive, very fucking aggressive, out in the streets, but when they're at home or with, their loved one, they're like a fucking teddy bear. You wouldn't even fucking know they're aggressive. And I mean, it can be deceiving. But when he said, when she met the folks, like, he didn't want it to happen before, he was trying to delay it. And I get that too, because I was very big on this when I was younger. Like, whenever I did talk to somebody, I talked to a lot of people when I was younger. And I'm trying to think how many of them I actually brought over to the house. There wasn't a lot, I tell you that. That actually got to like meet the family like that. Like, people knew I was talking to people, but not many actually met my family like that. Like, my baby mamas met the family. I'm trying to think. There was one girl I dated that met the family. There wasn't too many girls that I brought around just because, like, that wasn't me, just bringing people around. And I was like, I'm not just gonna have people to show up, know where I live, this, that. It's like, I was very weird and different about that shit. Like, I go do my shit out in the streets. It's just how I was. But there are those who push that shit though.
I can't personally act like I was like different. Like, I did the same shit that Todd did when it came down to it. But the reasoning behind that is because for us, the only woman that's in our household is Mom Dukes. Like, it's all men besides my mom's. Is me, my father, my Tyree, and Mom Dukes. The animals are all female at this point. Buddy passed. R.I.P. for my boy. But when it comes down to it, so for us, we would bring women around Ma Dukes because for me, especially all my life, she has been a guarantee. Like, this bitch ain't shit. Oh, she's cool, but just watch her. Like, she'll be 100% spot on every time. So for us, it's been like, that's how we detect what type of woman is this? How can we gauge this woman? You as a woman, you could pick up on the bullshit and you could pick up on the trail shit. So which one is it? Is she a trail bitch or is she some bullshit? Is she a bullshit ass individual? And Mom Dukes will be able to let you know, unless, which is part of the reason why we have the expectation, is the person doesn't come in showing who they truly are. And sometimes they do show us who they truly are. And we expect them to be higher, which is what I said to Todd. I feel like
he had a higher expectation of what she really was. Yeah, and she showed her true colors at that time.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that does happen. Happen quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. You put her up on a pedestal because you feel like you see her in this light, and your expectations of her are this high because this is what you see her being able to become. And then, she show you, no, I'm actually down here, and I don't know why you put me all the way up there. I don't deserve to be up there.
That definitely happens quite a bit.
Yeah, that, like, for me, like, the way I was breaking it down is because, like, and it's gonna sound fucked up. It's gonna sound fucked up, but at the same time, speaking to, like, when I spoke to her, because she works with us too now, so that's its own thing. Yeah, fucking insane. So
he probably helped her get a job too.
I believe he did, and then right after he got her the job, like, she got guaranteed approved for the job. That's when that should have happened. So I keep
she tried to use them.
I said she basically fucked for a position in security, which is crazy, but you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I've seen people do less for more. Yeah. So I mean, that is wild though.
No, it's crazy.
And then emotional damage.
So, like, that shit alone is I get it. Like I said, I understand. Oh yeah, you want a dude who carries more street like personality. Cool. He has more of a street personality. All right, bet. But then at the same time, being a woman who, and I know this because I spoke to her, being a woman who you had your ass whipped, you've been sexually assaulted by men, that's of that caliber. But because
they still like it though for some reason, which it dawns the fuck out of me. Like, you leave an abusive relationship because you're getting your ass whipped. You say, I'm not going to go back. And then next thing you know, you go into another abusive relationship where you're getting your ass whipped again. And your friends, they're like, well, you left one. to go right back into a fucking another one. Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
And then from what I was told, like now speaking to my homegirls and pertaining to that, because that was a conversation that I had. Like, I don't understand that. What is the purpose of you feeling like, okay, yeah, he beat my ass, but it was a one-time thing and it's not gonna happen again. And then he beat your ass 3 more times after that, and you be like, oh well, it was just my fault. I shouldn't have did this. Like, I don't understand why that thought process comes into women's minds sometimes. I genuinely don't understand, because if you are scared for your life or you're scared of this individual, there's two. First and foremost, you can legitimately, as a woman, they can lie on a motherfucker entirely and have the full force of police backing them.
Yeah.
So if you get your ass beat, you have physical proof that this person has been whipping your ass. A DV case is a guarantee this nigga's getting put in handcuffs. He's going to spend a night at minimum in a cell.
I mean, they do favor women first, and it's crazy because there are some cases where men actually get their ass beat too by a woman. It was like, there's no way she gonna beat your ass. Look, there are some men, they can be big as fuck,
Yeah.
and they can be a pacifist. They can be like, yo, I just don't want to put my hands on a woman. Now, mind you,
First off, you little. I don't want to do that to you, but then they decide, oh, word, yeah, good. I got an extra reason, and then they.
yeah, and it's crazy because you'll get your ass beaten. You'll still be in jail because they'll say, wow, how would I beat him and do this? Look at me, look at him. And the officer's like, oh, you got a point there. And it's like, but wait. Let's look at the footage. Let's look at the footage
the
here.
funny thing about that, now I'm gonna go left field just a little bit. There's a show that I used to watch. I haven't been watching it lately. Called The Rookie. I know a lot of people heard of it. ABC,
The Rookie.
I believe,
Yeah.
or whatever. We are not advertised. We're not sponsored by them, so do not take this. Not free advertising. I'm just making a
Show The Rookie.
This is a reference. But when it comes down to that, like there was one episode where it was this big ass dude. I mean, 6 something. This dude got to be like 200 something pounds, the whole nine. And he got this little 5'2" white girl that he messing with.
I think I know what episode you're talking about.
Yeah, and then the police get called to the house for a DV case. So they show up. They like, yo, what's up? Oh nah, nothing happened. She ain't put her hands on me. Da da da. And they're like, yo, we gonna wind up having to come back. The dude, oh yeah, nah, she know better than that. She's not gonna do that. Next thing you know, they come back to the crib. They found her. She's stabbing homie in the neck.
Yeah, I remember.
But then crying about, oh my god, please don't die. Please don't die.
Yeah,
you just stabbed the shit out of this man. Like, there are women who will beat dogs.
She was the aggressor.
Yeah, it was like, yo, there are women who will beat dog shit out of men, and then you're seeing like, oh well, I'm the victim here. How, bro? You violated. He didn't even touch. He literally was trying to walk away. You just decided, all right, I'm gonna punch this nigga in the back of his head, and I'm gonna hit him upside the head with this other thing too, because he's trying to walk out the door.
Yo, question. The side question. I just thought of this. Yo, back in the day, when you was actively hooking up with people, getting with people, did your folks ever walk in on you, bro? Like mid stroke, any of that stuff? Like,
nah, they haven't walked in on me, but after my parents traumatizing me for years, I finally was able to get them back. Because basically, like they, I would, even if I was upstairs sometimes, like my room was directly above this, so I might hear some shit. So that kind of fucked with me. I ain't even gonna front. I would turn the TV up loud as shit. But back when I was dating Brianna,
I can imagine that sitting there trying to fall asleep here.
I've walked in on them.
I'm like, whoa.
Yo, dude. When I tell you that shit, that is a scene, bro. That shit is burned into my brain. I will never forget what I said.
Don't kiss mom on dad's birthday. What does that mean?
Wait, what? What did he say?
Don't kiss mom on dad's birthday.
Oh shit! No, that's crazy. No. Even though I don't ask for the information, I get told certain shit. I know that's not. I don't think that's part of their shit. Like that's.
No, but I'm saying though, like that's the saying though.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I remember back in the day, bro. I was getting it in, and door closed. Now, mind you, doors are closed for a fucking reason. I was getting it in, and my pops came in, walked into the door. I was like, he
You
caught
said,
himself.
hey,
He was like, close. I was like, yeah, the door's closed. Like, obviously, something was
your
going
pops walked
on.
on you spread eagle, nigga. That's what you trying to say?
Well, I was getting it in when he walked in.
No one got this. Don't. He said he was spreading his cheeks. Papa Doc, you hit his shit.
I wasn't spreading no. My cheeks weren't being spread. I was spreading the cheeks of somebody else. And he walked. That shit was fucking hilarious. I don't think he ever walked in anymore. Door was closed. It definitely caught his ass off guard. That shit was hilarious. No, but I mean, expectations. I part of those expectations though in a relationship, I think the issue is that it's one-sided. It's a double standard because a lot of people go into expectations of what are you doing for me in this relationship, what you bring into the table. And I saw this interview and they were asking these women like, what do you bring to the table? Like, well, I want the man to be able to pay this and this and that. It's like, well, what's he getting in exchange? And yeah, he asked that, and you're like, oh, it didn't always gotta be about sex. He didn't say anything about sex. So your mind went to sex after you said the man supposed to pay all the bills, but what do you bring into the table? What does he get out of it? And you instantly went to sex. No, that's what's on your mind. Most men sometimes, yeah, sex is greatly appreciated, but they're not thinking like you're bringing sex to the table because they can get that fucking anywhere. Like. Let's be real. Like if they got the money.
Shout out to the late great Patrice O'Neal, son, because he's made one particular statement. He asked the question on one of his stand-ups, was like, hey, something. So say you got into this unfortunate accident, ladies, and you wasn't able to use the pussy no more. You just couldn't do it. All right, no matter what. How would you make it where you would be able to keep your man? And a couple of them was like, oh, I'd use my mouth. I'd use my ass. Da-da-da. He's like, okay, mouth, ass, cool. So all I heard was that y'all classified yourselves as a bunch of holes. You could have said anything else. I'm gonna learn to play these video games with them. Let's make some music. We could do whatever. But instead, you just classified yourself as a bunch of holes to be used. And then you get mad at us for seeing you as a hole to be used.
And it's crazy because they go to that, they think of that, and it's like, okay, but that's not the only thing. Like, yeah, sex is nice, but what are you gonna do when we get bored of it? Like, believe it or not, men can get bored of sex. Like, not saying we always will, but there are some times like oh, we had it like 20 times a week. Like, I'm kind of tired of, like, let's do something else. Like, men are very simple creatures sometimes.
What can you do to keep my attention outside of us fucking?
Outside the bedroom. What else can we do?
You want to stay home. Like if I decide, hey, you know what? I could go out to the club tonight. I'm gonna go kick it with the boys. Yada yada yada. You chilling. You home. You chilling. What? And you decide you don't want me to go. How are you gonna make it appealing enough for me to be like, you know what? I'd rather stay home, guys. And sex isn't the one of the topics that you could choose as being okay. Well, this is gonna be the way. How else would you do it? What else do you and your man get along with, have in common, can mutually agree upon, as well as enjoy, for him to be like, you know what, fuck going out and kicking it with the guys. I'd rather stay home with my girl tonight. What can you do?
Facts. Not to mention that most men go out so that they can have a break sometimes, because there are some men who don't go out like that. They're with their significant other, quite a bit. And the moment they want to go out, it's like the third degree. Who you going out with? Where you going? Who's going to be there? Oh, is it going to be women there? Who else is going? It's like, are you writing a fucking book? Like, this is like me going out. Like, especially if you go out once a week. And they say that study shows that men need to be able to hang out with their buddies or their friends, whatever the case need be, at least once or twice a week or something like that, for them to keep their sanity and be able to just then hang something completely different. That's why I don't go out at all, really. It's not my thing to really go out, but like, I view me hopping on the game or sit back, even if I don't even play the game, just popping in the Discord, just sitting there chit chatting. Like, that's me going out there. Like, I'm away from everybody until my name starts being called. That is the peace of mind. you know, and that's what men want. They say, well, you should find your peace of mind in your home. You shouldn't need other people to find your peace, but no, you shouldn't. But you shouldn't need anyone to help you find your peace of mind. But when you have your peace of mind, you want to be surrounded by either like-minded individuals or people who can help you keep that peace of mind once you have it. No one wants to be nagged with all the time, or say, oh yeah, I'm gonna be your peace of mind, and you thinking that you're gonna have a peaceful time, and then it gets to an argument, or questions being asked. You're like, look, I just wanted to relax. Because like when women go out, like let's say women go out and they're like, hey babe, I'm going out with the girls. All right, cool, go have fun. Go do what you do. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And it's like, well, what do you want to do? What fuck I wouldn't do. Like, let's keep it real. Go out, have fun. Go have fun with your girls.
What's the stupid ass question?
Go do what girls do. Girls night out, and it was like, and they're like, oh well, you went out. Well, we had tons of drinks. Oh yeah, where'd you have drinks? Oh, these guys came out, was buying us drinks, and that right there. When you hear that, you're like, oh, that's cool. And people buying you free drinks, okay. And a background mind, the other motherfucker thinking they were gonna hit. In your mind, you're like, yeah. She's like, oh, they were just so nice buying a drink. In your mind, they were trying to smash. They weren't just buying you free drinks to be buying you fucking free drinks. They thought they were getting lucky. See, that's the appeal of being a woman. Sometimes is that you'll have gentlemen or other women who are appealed to you that want to get up with you, and they think they're olive branches to buy you drinks until either you get drunk enough to say fuck it and do it, or they spark conversation where you're like, hey, I'm out with the girls, told me to have fun, don't do what he wouldn't do. I think he might cheat. Let me go do this, see what it's about. That's not really it. When you go have fun with your girls and come back home, when men go out and I say, oh yeah, I was out partying, some chick bought me some drinks. Who the fuck is this chick? Why'd you accept that drink? And the first thing you probably sit there and think, like, when you go out with your girls, do you say no to the guys that are buying you drinks? I guarantee not. You're going out looking all good. You're expecting someone to buy you a drink for free. You might not give them anything, but you're going to take that fucking drink from them, though. So to me, I'm like, if a guy goes out looking good and he's hanging out with his boys and a woman comes up to buy a drink, I feel like that same should be reciprocated. Like, yeah, he's not about to step out, but if someone's buying a drink, they're buying a drink. Just like if the girls are going out and there's a girls' night out and some random guys come and say, yo, we're buying them drinks. You're not going to say no to free drinks. Hey, that free booze, especially if you like to drink a little bit. Me, unfortunately, I don't like to drink. So someone try, let me buy you a drink. Nah, I'm good, because I'm not a big drinker like that.
Right.
But the concept of that is, girls go out, they don't get asked questions, go have fun. They get hit on constantly. They just
want to be able to enjoy themselves.
Get drinks, When guys go out trying to enjoy themselves, it's none of that. It's who was trying to buy you drinks? Where you going? Yeah, exactly.
I gotta go with you now, because there might be women there, and I don't like that. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. You go out with your girls. I don't pull up. Hey, let me be the only guy with your clique. No, fuck that.
I mean, unless you want me to, then I'll start doing it.
I mean, that would be a dealer's choice then if that's the case. But at the same time, it's like, you would, if I started doing all that, and as soon as I run through those questions and start asking you shit, then it's, oh, well, you come across as insecure.
Yeah.
So why that shit don't stand when it's you? When you feeling like, oh, well, who are these girls that was buying you drinks? I don't know. Fuck them. Like that. They was just trying to get my number. I was like, nah, that you couldn't say that shit.
Yeah, my pops
you couldn't say that. Then it's I. How do I know that you didn't take their number? How do I know you didn't text? How do I know that you didn't go out there doing this and yada, yada, yada? But then if you even feel remotely close to that because she came in later than normal, she might have had, she might be a little too sloppy. Whatever the case, if I ask you any questions about your night, I'm off the rip. I'm insecure about it. But if you ask and you get upset about some small shit that I didn't even do,
yeah,
I'm still in the wrong. I don't understand how this works. What is it? Y'all wanted equality. Where the fuck is it? It's not equal.
It's only equality when it's mutually benefiting them.
I know.
But my pop said something. He was like, back in the day, you could have it like that, or the woman would be at home and men go out and do what they had to do, because even the cost of living was different like that, buying a house, paying it off, it was different. So, women had no problem staying home a lot. Now, to this day, use and they use sex back today, but dumb days are played out. Those days are played out now. Anybody can go out and get a job. Anybody can go and do something. As hold on, he wrote so much. Trying to.
Yeah, I see. I was waiting for you to finish before I read the next one.
But yeah, back in the day. So another red flag though. So let's say, for a red flag for me. All right. So let's say I say, hey, go out, have fun, right? And they say, yeah, I'll go have fun. And they come in, you're still up, and you're like, oh, what's up, babe? Did you night out? You try to go for a kiss, and they don't kiss you. And the first is like, oh, I gotta go take a shower. And I'm like, wait, why you running off the shower for? You just came in like I was out clubbing, dancing. So you can't give me a kiss? No. When they start coming up with those excuses, the first thing I'm running in my mind, something happened. You don't want to kiss, you don't want to hug, like let me smell your breath, let me something, like what's going on here? Because and the same thing, like if you came home from a night out with your boys, you're like, yo, let me hop in the shower before you did anything with your girl, you didn't want to kiss or anything like that, you try to hop in the shower, instantly you must be cheating on me, you must trying to wash evidence off. No, I'm just trying to be clean, but
I hit you with the, let me smell your dick.
Yeah, it's like, can I smell you? Can I smell you when you come in after a night? No, why would you? They give you the look like, how dare you ask that question? But at the same time, they would ask you the same question in reverse, and you'd be sitting there like, isn't that kind of hypocritical? Like, you can ask me a certain question. It's like the weight question. Like most women say, you're not supposed to ask a woman about their age, their weight, and shit like that. It's rude, it's incorrect. But then they'll ask you about your age, your weight, or your height, because so most women have a height requirement.
Nigga.
Height requirement. Yeah, and you're sitting there like, so if I can't ask you about your weight or your age, why do you have?
Why you ask me about my pockets?
Yeah, my pockets or my height. Like, what do those have to do with any of that stuff? Like, you shouldn't look at those and base a relationship or base what the value of someone is off of those particular things, but they do all the time. And when you try to do the same thing in reverse, you're like, you can't do that. That's not right. That's not fair. How is it not fair? If you say you won't date someone because they're such and such height, because of this and that and the third, and I say, all right, well, cool. Well, I raised you. I'm not going to date someone that's over this age, or I'm not going to date someone that is below this age, or I'm not going to date someone who weighs more than this. It's like, well, you can't do that. But you just said you wouldn't date me because I'm not 6'7", or I'm not, above 6'2". You got your preferences. I got my preferences.
Right? So I don't want to date somebody who 240. How about that? Well, you 200, you 220. I don't want to date you.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't. That's rude because that doesn't take away who I am.
Yeah, it doesn't. But I mean, it's still like the dumbest thing.
You might be a cool ass individual, but I mean, I want to deal with you just because. Or you may, me personally, like I'm a dude. I'm skinny as shit. So for me, I can't fuck with a skinny chick. That shit hurt. If
you're bone on bone, bro. I get
what it feel like. Well, wait, can it? Damn, it's not even picking it up. Those are my knuckles. If you can hear that, that is my knuckles. And that's what bone on bone contact sounds like, especially when you're fucking vigorously. That shit does not feel good. Your pelvic bone
on bone
in
contact.
Your fucking, that should be
it's
in
like
on your shoulder.
Like two twigs rubbing together to start a fire.
Yo, that shit hurt, yo. That shit hurt. So for me, it would be all right, you can't weigh under a certain amount if we gonna deal with each other, even if it's just in a sexual aspect.
I crack myself up. I swear I do. I swear I do.
What you about to say?
Nah, I already said it. Two twigs rubbing together to make a fire. Vigorously.
That shit real though. That friction is crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah.
Oh,
it's like,
man.
or like the crazy part, right? All right. This one here, I genuinely laugh about because it's not something I worry about myself, but it's just one of the statements that just like fuck me up. When you hear the, oh well, know what I'm saying? You dealt a woman dealt with a dude, and if he's not a particular size, let's say that. If he's not big enough to your standards, you have the audacity to shit talk him. But when you bring up something that they have full control over, and you bring it, well, this is an issue that you have, and I don't make it where it's like again, oh, how dare you? I can't believe it. But you worried about something that I can't change. Like I genuinely can't do nothing about that.
You know, when I hear those
But
standards sometimes about that, and it's like you're not big enough, or you're not. I like to feel it in my gut and feel it like it's coming out of my throat. And I'm like, when I hear that, I'm like, okay, well, you know what I like to feel? I like to feel the walls, and what I'm
I
feeling
like to
is
feel
the
Spice
walls being
Grip.
fucking blown out down there like a fucking cave. Hello, anybody? Like,
Yeah.
like I don't want to feel that. Like you wanna feel feel it in your throat or your belly. Well, I want to feel walls, not a fucking pit hole with a cave that may have someone
Yo,
slipped in there that's still hanging in there somewhere. Like,
not to hold you. I vividly still remember the one time I fucked with a chick, and I went side to side type shit trying to feel something. Like I was literally just like, all right, let me angle this way, nothing. Let me angle that way, nothing. What the fuck?
like you got expectations, I
It
got
was wicked,
expectations.
man.
And you know what's crazy? It's
It
like
was wicked.
that's not fair. You can't do that. I'm like, why can't I? And that's the always thing that always gets me. Like, how can you have expectations or put an expectation on somebody, but then not, and then but get hurt when they try to apply an expectation to you? Is make it
Yeah,
make sense.
yeah, yeah. And it never will. It don't add up because it's well, I'm right because of this, but you hurt my feelings, so you're in the wrong for that. And yes, my preference might be that I want to date a dude who's six something and whatnot, but your preference can't be that you only want to date a woman who is X amount of weight. Why not?
Bro, the shit.
Why not?
Here's a video. I
You
saw a
want a
video
dude who's
today.
6 foot tall, but majority of the world is not gonna be over 6 feet. But
The
every dude it has to be 6 foot something and that. All right, but you know that's not a regular thing that every nigga is gonna be 6 feet, right? Like
yeah, facts. That is
that nigga gotta
facts.
be 6 feet. He gotta be handsome. He gotta have money. He gotta have his own this, and that. And then what do you bring to the table?
I
I
think
got
that
good pussy.
the one thing I heard back in the day was someone who was like, "Yo, this is what you tell a chick that's asking about your size." They say, "Yo, I'm not small, I'm not big, I'm not this. No, is it? I'm not the smallest, I'm not the biggest. I know I'm bigger than a lot of people, and I'm probably smaller than quite a bit of people. But one thing I do know is that I know whatever size I have." I can make your toes curl, and I know how to work it. I got
True.
no
I know I do. I know I
been no
do.
complaints to this day. And they be like, "What do you mean?" Exactly what it sounds like. No complaints to this day.
I get callbacks, nigga. So I know I did all right. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to do my thing because you hit me up years later. Hey, I still think about that night.
Bro,
Yeah, I bet.
so
I bet.
here's the story. Back in the day, there was this chick that I thought was cute. And I was like, yo, I want to bag her. And it didn't work out in high school. It definitely did not work out in high school. I tried. She was like, oh, you're lame. This and that. I'm like, all right, whatever. She's like, you don't know anything about the streets. And I like, mind you, in school, I was very quiet to for the most part. Like a lot of people say, oh, you're out there. A lot of people knew. Like when I go with my grandma, everybody knew me. And I was like, hey, Phil, how's it going? And she was like, every time I go somewhere, someone's asking about you. Like, I get it. It's that I played sports. So, people knew me. I was in a newspaper, yearbook. People knew me. Didn't mean I really fuck with them, but they knew of me. They knew who I was. And a lot of times people would stop up and try to spark a conversation with me. I didn't fucking know them. I just smiled, nodded my head, indulged them with their fucking conversation. But I remember this chick. She wouldn't fuck with me, give me a time of day. After we were out of high school, it was like a few years later, and I met up with her and we talked and we hit it off. We got together. And she was like, damn, she's like, I didn't know you were like this. Like, you put it down like this. I would have fucked with you back in high school. I was like, yeah, you were on some different type of time. And I wasn't about to stoop to that level. Cause she was like, she's like, I thought you were like a square. You didn't know anything about the streets. It's not. And afterwards, when we started actually talking and, you know, communicating and whatnot, and, you know, we hooked up, she was like, damn, she's like, if I would have known it was like this back then, it would have been a lot different. I'm like, see? Everything happens for a reason, though.
I keep it real.
Like,
I'm one of the dudes who, if I'm throwing dick, I guarantee you, I'm not throwing dick the same way to every chick. First and foremost.
well, that is
There's
definitely
levels to
true.
this thing.
Definitely,
There's
that
levels
is
to it.
definitely
I
true.
can't just give you like before I left New York, I had finally started fucking Whitney the way that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. Let me show you what I'm really. Let me show you something for real, because you've been playing around. And mind you, we've been fucking around off and on for. I'm 32. She knew me since I was like 13, nigga. So when it come down to it, we've been fucking around for a while. But I intentionally never fucked her that way because we never really like we would fuck around, but it was never like, all right, I
Yeah.
want you to take me seriously, and vice versa. So I give her enough dick, like good enough dick to it. All right, cool. I know you're gonna get at least one nut minimum. You good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
The last time I fucked with her, not only did I give her consecutive nuts, but like, I made her squirt 16 times back to back.
Bro. So
I'm
I
getting
remember,
crazy.
I
I'ma just
remember
say
this
that.
chick.
But
So back in the day, I got in an accident, right? I
you said you
destroyed
got
my
an
dad.
accident?
Yeah, I was in an accident. Destroyed my dad's Buick. You know,
He still want
and-
to kick your ass over that car.
yeah, most of it is because he thinks that he was like, oh, y'all said y'all was going to the library. I mean, we never said we are going to no library. We said we are going to a mall. We didn't specify what mall. There was like 3 malls, if I'm not mistaken, around us. We didn't specify the mall. But this chick from that incident, we ended up getting together. And I dated her for a little bit. She lived in Palatine, in the city that I was from, not close to the city I was living at. And I remember she invited me to her house like early morning. It was like before school, or she was on break, something like that, whatever it is. And she was like, she snuck me in her house. I was like, all right, cool, whatever, you know. We got in, and you know, she hit her little climaxing like with like 2 or 3 times within a couple of minutes, and she was like, that's the first I've ever had it. And I went to her school and danced with her that year, because I was like, you know, she invited me to her school dance. I was like, oh, fuck it, you know. We were the same grade.
This nigga
Yeah.
showing all
I was
soft
like,
and shit. Look
why
at him,
not?
going
No,
dancing.
I was like, why not? The moment I got to her school dance, bro, all her friends were on my fucking shit because she had opened her mouth and told them how the shit was and how I put it down on her. All her friends at the school dance were trying to find ways to pull me in the fucking down the hallway somewhere away from her to get their crack at me. And she noticed it. She was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, why did you tell everybody? Like, how I
Nigga said,
maneuver,
why would you do that?
like that was between us. You didn't have to tell anybody that I broke you off 3 times in like 2 minutes. Like, you could have kept that shit to yourself. Now you have all your friends thinking here that I'm a fucking little god here, and they're all trying to pull me down a hallway and trying to dance with me because they want me to pipe them down. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, I was like, you just made this shit awkward for me.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
yeah.
man. I mean, but that,
women will
honestly,
sabotage their own shit sometimes and not even realize it, because they'll get something that's good and then they'll go bragging about it to like their friends. And
now your homegirls
Yeah.
want PC, and if I break them off, then now I'm wrong. How? What I do wrong? You the one that told them that information. I didn't want to tell them that I had great dick. You the one that told them that. So
my pop's
Don't
saying
be
that you
mad
can
at me.
always go back to your ex or your baby mama. And with that, why that made me true, I always say they're an ex for a reason. Typically, like I've gotten back with
learned
exes
that.
before,
Learned
and then
that
I
the hard way.
realized like this is not gonna work out. You're an ex for a fucking reason. And I've came to a conclusion, like, if I break up with somebody now, I don't foresee me getting back with any exes like that. And like, oh no, serious type shit. Like, I might hit them up like, hey, you want to smash? That's about all it's gonna be, and that's even pushing it. Like, I might not even want to just really smash you. I just might want some dome. Like,
I give me that rollhead that's gonna make me crash into some shit. That's what I want.
Yeah,
give me some
facts.
wild rollhead, you know what I'm saying?
Why
I
not?
crash, it's worth it.
But there are those who like to, they break up, or the ones that like, oh yeah, I got a baby mama, and every time, you know, they get into with their girl or whatever, they go back to their baby mama, they smash and they hit and getting impregnated again, whatever the case may be, but they're refusing to settle back down with this person and be in a full relationship. But every time they're on a break from someone else, they're smashing. And the worst is when they're smashing their ex, right? Because you're on a break from a relationship. Meanwhile, they're caked up with a whole actual fucking dude in their fucking crib, and they're like, "Yeah, I got a man and all, but you know, since we got a kid together and all, you know, it's always still open for you to still hit and smash." And you'd be sitting there like, "What?
Yeah,
What?
yo,
Really?"
yo.
And for that same reason, that is why a lot of people are like, yo, I wouldn't fuck with anybody who has kids, because there's always that possibility in their mind, like, yo, the baby daddy might come over and, you know, spend time with the kid, whatever, pick up the kid. But at the same time, they're like, yo, but you know, the baby mama who I'm supposed to be talking to may slip up and, you know, be like, oh, I slipped on such and such, you know, and I ended up being pregnant again by them. It's like, hey, how? We were dating, like, you said there was nothing there, and all of a sudden you slept with them, and you ended up getting pregnant by this dude while I'm sitting here doing all this shit. Like,
it was supposed to be nothing more than that, and yet, yeah, heard it all.
It just, the expectations it's just so unrealistic. And such a big double standard, I think, in most situations. Now, I'm not saying it's in all situations. Don't quote me. I'm not saying it's in all situations. I'm just saying that it's in those situations. It's not all, but there are lots of situations where this does happen, and it's sad. It can turn someone who's good into someone bad. It can turn someone who's bad and someone good into someone good. It kind of depends. It kind of really depends on them. Yeah,
it goes from. Yeah, okay, I got you. It goes, you know, good guy meets bad girl turns good guy to bad guy goes meets good girl, turns good girl to bad girl, and it just continuously cycles like that. And that's something that genuinely, if motherfuckers decide, hey, you know what, I don't wanna just leave it at this level. Like, I'd rather change things than go from that point. Yeah, there could be a complete difference, and that's honestly what I'm trying to keep tie at. Because, granted, like throughout my life, I've been fucked over multiple times. But when I tell you, I personally don't allow that shit to fester, and that thought process of, oh, well, this person was this kind of way, and now, you know, they'd have fucked me over. No, I can't look at it like that. I have to genuinely keep that good thought going.
Yeah. Freaking and you know, and most people's like, oh, you're cheating because or the thing is, why does the person cheat? Their piece of ass, a piece of shit, not really knowing the full the full situation of what happens. Like me personally, like, if you're gonna cheat, might as well just leave the person. But those who don't, it's like, well, why did you cheat? And I was like, well, those who do cheat, sometimes they cheat because they're not getting something at home that this other person's giving. Like, if the other puts in one's head, right, and the person that they're with doesn't want to give it to them, then they're going to go out and get it from somewhere, and someone who's going to give it to them the way they want it. Or let's say, even if they are getting head from their significant other, but their significant other isn't doing it the right way, like, you know, doing it how they want, so they can, you know, they can bust one off. Then, you know, and every time they try to correct them or tell them, like, hey, this is how you need it. It's like, oh, I know how to do this. I've been doing this for quite some time. If for some reason you're just weird, okay, well, if you say I'm weird, I'm trying to coach you on how to hit my shit the way it needs to be hit, so that way I can bust one off, because you're clearly struggling down there. You know, and women do the same thing. Like, if you go down a woman, if you're not doing it the way they prefer to have it done, like some don't want you to be, you know, fingers all up in there. Well, they just want that clit to be rubbed or whatever it is. You know, that's all they want.
Now, with that,
and some men be doing case, some men do too much.
That's the exact reason why, when it comes down to it, if I am, you know what I'm saying, if I'm eating, I gotta let it be. Like, I gotta find out, all right, how exactly do you like it? Because I know not every woman's gonna like it the exact same way. So what do you prefer? And I'll start off, you give me that little coaching, and we go from that point. Hold on a second, I got another call pulled up.
I remember the my grandmother back in the day, she used to tell me, because I had some chicks that were for the what term we're gonna say, addicted, not crazy, but addicted to some of the shit I was doing. And but they, you know, they go a little crazy, and they, you know, that's when you still had like the home phones and shit like that. And they call and hang up, like play the little phone games. I shit, you know, I remember my grandma was like, "Yo, whatever you're doing with this,
one more time."
she's like, whatever you do with these fucking chicks, stop doing it, because they're turning crazy. Like they seem normal until after you do the deed, and then all of a sudden they're fucking crazy." And I was like, I don't know what. She's like, whatever you're doing, because they all do it. And I was like, all I did was sleep with them. She's like, well, stop fucking sleeping with them, because after you sleep with them, and they turn crazy, they start acting nutty. I'm like, it's like you're doing something too good before me doing this. I'm like, I don't know. I just do what I do. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I can't help if what I did make them act out in a irrational manner because they were hooked or they felt like they needed it too much. Like, I can't help that shit. I definitely can't. That's it kind of just happens. I also remember when I was like middle school, I met this chick, and back in the day they had like this the youth club, you know, the rec center, as they call it, where you go up, you had spot for teens, whatnot. And I remember this chick that I was talking to, you know, we were hooking up, and she left me a hickey. And my grandma was so pissed. She was like, and out of my grandma's mouth, she was like, "Don't ever come back in this house, no fucking hickeys on your neck." She said, and I quote, she was like, "If they want to leave you hickeys, tell them leave it on your fucking dick where I can't see it." And I was like, "Grandma," she was like, "I mean it. I don't want to see you back in my house with hickeys on your neck." You better tell them, put them where I can't see it. And the only place I can't see it is on your dick. And I was like, so I started telling women at one point, "Yo, I can't get any hickeys on my neck. You can't leave them. If you're gonna leave them, you gotta leave them on my dick." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's orders from my grandma." And I would then tell them, like, my grandma said she didn't want to see hickeys on my neck when I come home, so you gotta leave them where they can't be seen. And that actually worked. I was like, "Oh shit, okay." But no, my grandma was cool as fuck, bro. Like, you could sit back and talk to her about anything, which is fucking hilarious. Now, mind you, you probably feel uncomfortable talking, you know, to her about stuff like that, but she sit there and have a full conversation with you about some shit, and, you know, not judge, and just sit there and listen and actually speak some real truth to you and shit like that about some shit, you know, because she had older and she had seen a lot of shit, and, you know, and knowing a lot of shit, so no better place to go is to your elders and, you know, talk about some shit. And you go to her talking about anything, she'll sit there and listen, and have a conversation with you. Like, that was one of the really great things, you know, be able to do. Let's see. My pop said something. Let me read it real quick. The women had the advantage of men because we didn't want us to do anything. Nowadays, you have more single women than men, and there's more women in the world than men. So every guy is probably 30 women, which is true. The available or more, so he can go elsewhere to get whatever he wants, and ain't got to deal with bullshit, which is, no, you know, men could go elsewhere to get what they want. The issue is that, like you're saying, there's more women than are men. A lot of women say, "I don't like being single. I hate being single. I want a man to be," I just saw this the other day, and it's like, "I want to be loved. I want to be a man to cherish me, this and that." It's like, yeah, cool. Lower your, and I wouldn't say like lower your expectations, but look at the people around you, because a lot of people couldn't meet those expectations that you're looking for. They could, but you're not giving them the time of day to find out if they meet those expectations. You look at them and say, "You don't meet my expectations," just based off the look, and without finding out, like, for, you know, they could have, you know, if you're looking for money, they could have that money. If you're looking for someone who's a thug, they can have it. But not everybody's going to approach you the same way. Not everybody's going to approach you with a thug mentality. And I'm like, hey, yo, bitch, what's your number? Give me the answer to number 5. They're not going to do that shit. Some people, they're going to come at you sweet. They're going to try to fill the room, fill the vibe. You know, but if they see you in the hood area doing some hood shit, they're going to be like, "Yo, get your fucking ass over. Let me holler at you for a minute. Hey, here's my phone. Put your fucking number in it." Like you
Hey,
will see people like that.
I don't want to hear none of that.
Yeah,
Call
like,
me right now. Yo, put my
like
number
call
in
me
the
right
phone
now.
call.
Like, and they're like, oh my god, all right, I do it. Anything else? Like, all right, nah, go the fuck on now. I got your number. I'll hit you up later. You better pick
Yeah,
up the
go ahead
fucking
about your
phone.
day, shorty.
And they be like, oh,
Then
that's what I want. And he be sitting there like, that's what you want? You wanted to be belittled and talked down to like that? Like, okay,
which is crazy.
like that's what you want.
Like you get wet off of that shit. That's wild to me. But all right.
And then it's like, oh my god, or something like, but you know, those men ain't shit. Like, but yet you still fly to them the moment they say, "Hey, yo, bitch, come here," and you're running there to them like you can't run quick enough. Like, but in the same breath, you're talking about them. Like, please make it make sense, please.
Like that alone is like the fact of okay, well, hey, I want to do who's like this. That's cool. That's perfectly fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with okay, this is what you like. That's cool, fine and dandy. But at the same time, if you take it and you start assuming that a person is entirely different than what you're looking at because they've only showed you this version. Like we all have three sides to us.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you know what I'm saying? Now, unless you got DID, then you probably got like 8. But the point is, when it comes down to how you fucking operate, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna show you I'm this kind of way. I'm gonna just look, bitch, you not more than just a hole for me to stick my dick in. I'm not talking to you like that. And I'm not supposed to talk to you like that if I genuinely want to be with you. Now, if you just a chick that I'm fucking and we have that understanding beforehand and you decide, oh, hey, well, what about it? Nah. We just fucking. That's it. You ain't nothing more than me than just a quick nut and you go about your day, I'll go about mine. Bitch, I send you home with snack bags every time you leave. What makes you think I genuinely give a fuck about being in a relationship with you? Then, oh my God, I can't believe it. I didn't know he would speak to me like that, but it kind of turned me on. What, bitch? What?
Some definitely be looking to be belittled and shit like that, you know. And it's crazy. For expectations, here's the thing that most people don't know: men and women cheat differently. It means different things. Like a man,
women are get emotionally attached.
Exactly.
From an emotional perspective, while a nigga just trying to get a nut off.
Yep. It's like, oh, I thought you were really you were just there at the moment. And I wanted to smash. You opened your legs. I smashed. I moved the fuck on. And that's how some men actually think.
That hot shit to you. I spoke that good fly shit to you just so that way I can get you wet. Now I got the pussy. I'm good. I already experienced it. I don't want it no more.
Yeah, that's how.
You really like me, nah, bitch. I just wanted some neck. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it is sometimes. And that's the crazy thing about it is that so when a man smashes whatever, cheats, whatever, they can move on sometimes, unless they really feeling this person, they felt like they bagged, you know, they'll move on. But you have those women that when they cheat, they're embracing, because most of them are like, I'm not just gonna just open my legs for anybody. And some of them say that, they still do, but they're like, but when they do, they have this another emotional, because for a woman, having sex typically is more intimate. It's more emotional connection to them mentally and spiritual, however you want to call it. For most men, it's like, hey, we're doing what we're doing. We don't really care. After this, we're going back.
Trying to be with her. I just trying to be with her for this hour or so. That's about it.
Yeah.
Fuck about it.
And then you have those who like that live on the thrill, and you know, that normally don't date outside their ethnicity, but then they have something that sparks their interest away from home, and they'll do it because they're away from home. My pop was just trying to say something about a Japanese woman. Will tell you that, but at the same time they want you because you're outside your home. Something that's wild. They play innocent, but at first, and then they like to have fun. That's probably typically true, probably for some of them. Not for all, but that's true. I mean, it depends on how they're probably raised, because if they're raised, if they're raised, probably for women, I've noticed, if they're raised really strictly and they can't do certain things to have fun, when they hit that age
Oh,
where
they
they're
turn
out
up.
to when they hit the age where they can go out and do certain things, they turn the fuck up because like, hey, I couldn't
They
do
throw
shit
their
like this
pussy on the wall,
before.
goddammit.
Now I have this opportunity, and there's pros and cons to that. Now, well, I would always say that most men don't call women hoes. Like equal opportunities here. Like if men are out here doing it, you know, we're all here doing it. A lot of men don't say, "Oh, you're a hoe" because you slept with, you know, X amount of people. Men can sleep with X amount of people. We don't call ourselves hoes. Women, that the term hoe come from women.
Yeah,
Men hear
they
women
told each
call
other that shit
women,
before.
yeah, men call hear other women call women hoes, and we most of the time we'll roll with it. Oh, she called you a hoe, and such as called you a hoe. She's supposed to be your day one. She called you a hoe. She said you sleep with anything that's walking. You know, if it got a shroing and it don't got no disease and it's walking, you're sleeping with it according to them. They called you a
Sometimes
hoe.
they don't even give a fuck if you do have a disease or not. They
Yeah,
still do
which
it
is
just
fucking
'cause you.
sad. Yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, man. Hey,
I mean, you
I
have
get
those
it.
ones that try to trap people. I remember when my first daughter was born, my oldest, who's like 15 right now. When she was born, everybody saw her. She was so cute. I had so many women come out of the woodworks that wouldn't talk to me back in the day, when I was like high school. And they saw how cute my daughter was. They were like, "Oh my god, you make cute kids. Let's have a baby together." And I was like, "Wait, what? Hold the fuck,
Excuse me?
pump your brakes! Like, we haven't
Nah.
talked to each other forever, and you see my kid, and you automatically assume that if I put a seed into you, our kid would come out like my firstborn because you think my firstborn is such an adorable little kid. So you think that I have super good genes and keep spitting out good kids. I probably do." But you're not gonna find out. You're not gonna find out because I'm not planning to put one in you. So, and I remember dating some chicks that always try to find a way to entrap me. They're always like, "Oh, you know, you don't need to look. I'm wrapping up my willy. Let's put it out. Let's say this. I'm wrapping up the willy. Trust me, if I didn't wrap up, I probably have tons of out there because there was quite a bit that trying to find ways to entrap me. And I just wasn't doing that. I was the point. I'd take the condoms with me sometimes after we got done. I'd take them with me. So you don't let me get hell no. You know, I'm not letting you get rid of this shit. I got it. I'll take care of it. I
You
will
don't throw
take
that shit
care
in
of
the
it.
garbage. None of that. You flush that bitch down the toilet and you watch it yourself. Nigga, I play no games with that
It's like,
shit.
oh, I can swallow. Yeah, and, you swallow. You better swallow the whole damn thing. Antidepressants.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of women out there like, that's not. You can't. You shouldn't swallow. That's disgusting. Hey, I hear what you're saying,
Bitch,
but there's
I'm
been
giving protein out.
scientifically been proven to actually, it's an antidepressant for women. It'll help them regulate their moods, which is crazy that, you know, that they can still get it from us to help regulate their moods. And will help with, like, you know, acne and all that stuff, the mad protein, because our semen has protein and zinc, all that shit. It has all the other nutrients that our body can't keep in itself, because, you know, you can only take in so much nutrients. That goes to your semen, that goes to whatever you're ejecting from your body. I mean, if you take too much vitamins, your piss can turn green because your body can't hold all of it in, so it finds ways to expel it. Same thing with your semen. Like, if you depending on what you eat and whatnot, it goes. Like, they say that, like, for years, they used to say if you eat a lot of fruit and pineapple and all this stuff, when a woman goes down to you and they swallow, they're gonna taste something sweet. If you eat a lot of junk food, sweet is gonna be salty and whatnot to them. Depending on the woman, depending on their taste buds. Some women like salty shit, some women like sweet shit. So they're like, oh, it's too salty for me. And then you have somebody like, oh, I love this. And you're like, okay, fuck. I guess more made for me. Those like, it's a little too salty for me. Can you eat a little bit more fruit and pineapple? Yeah, sure thing. I love pineapple. I'll hook you up. Now, the funny is that there are those ones that love my dad. He had a lot of Dunkin' Donuts, so yeah.
Play too much.
Flavored coffee.
Play too much. Yeah, I swear, son. As soon as I saw that shit, I just immediately died.
My pop said, if you're looking for your caffeine fix, hit him up. In his 50s, he said, hit him up. He got your caffeine fix. He drinks Dunkin' Donut coffee. He said the flavor come out of different holds, another holds if you want it.
Nah, your pops play too much. Next day, I got that. Wake you up. Stop playing. Next day, bitch, swallow it. Yeah, go ahead. You wake up right now. There you go. It's like a 5-hour energy. One shot.
Oh my God, Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Then yeah.
Nah, that's fucking hilarious.
My pops. So I always remember this till to the day I pass. I'll always remember my pops, and his coffee trends, because when I was younger, he used to get a large coffee, 5 sugars, 2 creams, or 7 sugars, 2 creams. I think he went from 7 to 5, and I think he's at 5 still. To me, I still think that's a lot of coffee and sugar for him, because he shouldn't be consuming that much himself. He's getting up there in age, and I feel like he should lower it a little bit. No, but he would 2 or 3 cups, 4 cups a day.
That's me. Have my third cup.
Nah, but you can only consume so much before it starts, to affect you. Either make you diabetes, your blood pressure. Like, coffee's drinking good, but it's black coffee that's where it's at. If you're going to drink coffee, they tell you to drink black coffee. It's healthier for you. When you start adding all the the sugars, the creamers, because those creamers aren't just creamers. There's a lot of stuff that's added into those creamers. They say if you're going to use a creamer, make your own, because it could be healthier. If you actually look at like the creamer, either the powdered or the liquid creamer that you buy at the store, you read the back of it. You read all the shit that's on it, and then you look up like how to make your own creamer, and you go to make your own creamer, and you find out that your own creamer tastes better, way fucking better than the one you get from the store, and it's healthier for you without like the less shit, like insert like those Starbucks drinks. Like, have you ever seen those Starbucks glass that cappuccino drinks that they have, like you can buy at the gas station, the Starbucks, whatnot? They have a little creamer, and they say a lot of people like to drink them flat out, but in reality, you're supposed to take some ice, blend it, and make a little frappe with it. But also, if you read those things, it says if you consume a lot of Starbucks coffee with their creamer, it actually has a sedative in it that gives you the runs. It literally says it on the fucking back that there's one particular ingredient there that will give you the fucking runs. I forgot what it's called, but there's like an ingredient on there that gives you the fucking runs, bro.
Nigga, as you mentioned Starbucks coffee, you have a Starbucks ad playing.
I do?
Yep. That's fucking wild.
They listen. They say, "Go get it, go get it."
Hey, he talking about us. Go get that money. Go get that money.
But like I used to drink, not coffee. I've never really been a fan of coffee too much. Like, I drink it here and there. If I have to go to the bathroom, I drink coffee because it gives me the runs.
Okay.
Caffeine doesn't do what it does for everybody else, because I have ADHD. The most people who drink consume caffeine products, they get that like adrenaline, that dopamine energy running through their fucking body. When I consume caffeine, I get tired as fuck. I want to go to sleep. So this is the point. I eliminate caffeine. Like, I don't drink Monsters, Red Bull. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink soda, any of that shit anymore. It's water, juices, some milk. And even milk, I was like, it's a hit or miss, because I know you're not really supposed to be drink another milk from another animal typically, but I'm like, hey, it's there. I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna die one day. I'm gonna die with a fucking smile on my face, enjoying what I enjoy.
Milk in my system.
That's how I view it, bro. That's exactly.
I'm gonna have the milk in my system when it's my time. Fuck it.
Yeah, like I view it just like that. If I'm going to croak, I'm going to croak with a smile on my face. That's exactly what will happen. I'm going to croak with a smile on my face.
I dig it. I dig it.
I can't do it any other way. I need to be me. It's all, and people definitely be them, like people who change up their whole diet to fit a certain lifestyle or a relationship. Like, I feel like if you go in a relationship, like, no one should be trying to change you. Like, if you're in a relationship trying to change somebody, you're going in for the wrong reasons. Like, someone's like, I always say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, or no, stripper into a housewife, or a hoe into a husband.
I'm starting to feel like, I'm gonna keep it real. I think that niggas might have been wrong on that one, like the stripper part.
No.
Nah.
I mean, for some, that may be true. Now there are some that may break that barrier where that doesn't work, or that statistic doesn't fly for them because of their mentality and how they operate. But
That's
I
true.
can say I
But I
personally
will
know
say,
some people that were a stripper and out there, and yeah, they're still out there, even
I'll,
after
now I'm
being
not gonna
married.
speak on I'm not gonna speak on prostitutes because I don't know that part. But I know that the handful of strippers that I know that I've spoken to, they most of them was on a hey look, either they wouldn't deal with somebody who they met at their job for starters, but at the same time, they do want a man who would genuinely give a damn about them. And they wouldn't like they even they can take care of everything else. They wouldn't worry about that. It's just the simple fact that they want a man that's going to genuinely fuck with them for them. Now,
Yeah,
granted, yeah, that line of work is definitely going to be a hindrance. So the amount of people that would genuinely be willing to deal with them
it goes on
is
trust. I
much
think
lower.
you
Yeah, it's
definitely
much
got to
lower
trust.
than yeah. So,
Um,
but from what I've spoken, like from the one that I spoke to, they definitely want a dude that they can call it on, like that's for them type shit, and that won't be going out there. Oh well, yeah, you got this job, so you might be out there cheating, so I'm gonna go do something too. Like, nah, especially like my on the other job, my moving job. I
yeah.
had a coworker. He just quit. Or he just got fired actually. But I had a coworker who he was dating a stripper chick, and I mean, no bullshit. Shorty pulled up to his job. I mean, she pulled up to the job in a car that she got for him, and she was like ripping on, hey, boom, this for you. Dropped a couple stacks in his hand and all of that at the job.
Yeah. I mean, like I
So
said,
it's like,
there are some who defy the odds and show like, yo, I do this for work. This is how I make my money. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you have to be a stripper to support yourself because you can't do anything else, or matter of fact, if just stripping is your hustle and that's what you do
right.
best, I don't knock it because hey, you gotta make your fucking money. If you got a
Man, listen,
family, that's what you need to do to support your family. You do what you gotta fucking do. Let's be
let's be
real.
real.
You do what you gotta do. Um,
Prostitution is the oldest profession in
yeah,
history.
I don't even knock those
Hands
motherfuckers
down.
like that go out there and be like, oh, they gotta work the streets. Now the ones that have to answer to a pimp and probably getting their ass whipped. I'm like,
Maybe
you
not.
just
Not all the time, because
figure that shit out.
there's a
No, I
lot
mean
of women who
there are
work
some
themselves.
that their pimps really take care of them and whatnot, but at the same time
No,
they
no,
put
I'm saying
themselves
like they take care of themselves as well.
in the
Like they don't have a
situation.
there's a lot that don't have one.
Yeah, true. But they put themselves in the certain situation. But I definitely feel that there are some who aren't for that lifestyle. They're doing it because they think it's good for them, but it's not.
Or it's to be honest, it could be that it's more lucrative than anything else that they've done.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so like that's
hold
their
up.
version of oh yep.
No,
Uh-oh.
no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Camera went down. No, I see
No.
your camera went down. That's crazy.
Yeah. It just kind of just really
But
depends. I don't know why it's
yeah, it
reconnecting,
definitely does.
but either way, we'll
It
still keep
definitely
going.
yeah,
But it'd
it's a
be like
matter
that
of
though.
yeah, it's at that point it's a matter of, how much it's not really about okay, well, I'm out there just doing it because I enjoy it all the time. There's some that's definitely gonna enjoy that job and shit. Like that's how they see it. They see that's something that's worth their while and whatnot. Hey man, more power to you. If that's how
Yeah.
you feel like you gotta go do your thing, shorty. I ain't even mad at you. But don't be my girl talking that bullshit. Hell to the
Facts.
no. Cause I be
Facts.
damned, you fucking around or you being a prostitute on the side and not telling nigga that shit is definitely that's a fucking red flag. That shit can bring about a red flag. And for the
The
right for the wrong
heavy red
motherfucker, that
flag.
shit could be a whole sentence in prison. All right, so you can't just be doing it. If you gonna do that shit, you gotta let that shit be known and let that nigga decide. Hey, this is what I don't mind dealing with that.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
All I know, if not, you'll definitely be on a well. I just thought that we was going. No, 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 no. You removed that choice. That's the same thing. Like, and I'm not comparing the two, but in this particular situation with not giving the choice is the same thing as like the what they call fucking the trans community. You being born of the same sex as the individual that you're trying to get the attention from, and
Yup.
you decide that you're not going to tell them that that's how you are, you can't be surprised if a motherfucker be mad and turn the fuck up because you came across as this particular thing, and now to find out, okay, well, you're not. You're actually, you were born this way, and you had a procedure to change the outer line to, okay, this is what I can see.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Like you can't be mad if somebody is pissed off because you decided to hide something like that. That's something major. Just like if I'm fucking with a chick and she turns out, all right, well, look, I find out you're a stripper, but you're not selling pussy on the side. All right, cool. I might be able to let it slide. I'm gonna be pissed off because I didn't know about it, but I let it slide because especially if I know for sure, which is stupid as fuck, but I wouldn't know for sure. But if I know,
for
all right,
sure.
look, I know that's dumb as hell to say because you wouldn't know for sure that she's not fucking around. But
No, I
if
mean,
I
yeah.
know, like, hey, all right, this is what it is that you do, I bet
You gotta have that.
I
You
can
definitely
let
have
it
to have that
slide.
trust.
Yeah, I would be if I'm able to overlook it because of how you move, not what you do for me, but how you move with me in particular. I might be able to overlook it. But if you selling box and I never knew that shit, but that's what you doing, like when we're not together, you actively selling pussy? Nah,
Yo,
nah,
that reminds me of those
hell
stories.
no.
Remember those days, the days when I was single and people used to, I used to see people out there on like Plenty of Fishes, OK Cupid, any of that shit, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you gotta pay to play," and I'm like, "Pay to play what? Like, what am I paying? I'm not paying to pay for anything. I'm not.
Yeah, as soon as anytime I come across that pay to play shit, I'm like,
Excuse
yeah,
me?
you know what? You have a nice one. Have a nice
Yeah,
life, Jody. Oh yeah,
bro.
you know, I think you're cute. I think we would really have something nice, but it is, it is a pay to play. Oh, okay, it is not gonna happen. You have a nice night. Take care of yourself.
Bro, I had
All
someone
right.
ask me one time I should start like an OnlyFans or something like that, and like do like the whole
I
sexting
thought
thing for
about it.
them, and
I
just
ain't even
like
gonna act like
to
I did.
entertain them. And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool, that sounds good, but that's not what I want to do. And they're like, but you could totally do it. I'm like, I probably could, but I don't want to. Like, it's
I thought
just
about
not
it.
it. And I've had people who
I'm
joined our
fucking-
Discord, bro, with that mentality, thinking like they'll join a Discord and send me a message directly and like try to like prompt something. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm not on that type of timing. I'm married now on a
I'm not trying to pay.
timing. We're
Have a good
not
night. Take care. Bye.
we're not doing this. And those they're like, really? Am I not attracted to you? You're not attracted to me? Well, I'm not saying that.
You
No,
automatically went to a level of attractiveness. No, bitch is not attractive. I just don't want to pay for pussy. Is
facts.
that is
Like
that
that.
so wrong?
That's like I don't. But at the same time, there's like, oh, but I'm just trying to see what you have. It's like, well, you try to see what I have. What I'm offering. What I'm offering is not any of that. I can talk to you, but I'm not offering any of
Yeah,
what you
ain't nothing
think
sexual going on here, shorty.
that you can
You
get from me. It's like you what you want to try to get, you're not getting. I'm not on that timing.
because
Um,
a lot of these women are used to niggas who either you haven't been around a beautiful woman so you wouldn't know how to act, or you would be gung ho and want to fuck her because she's
what
pretty.
happened?
And then even then that could be objective. 'Cause shit, I keep it real. I had a tenant who used to, she used to rent from me and shit. And I honestly, like, I looked at her, I was like, at first I'm like, yo, she cute. No, she a little white girl. Well, she white and Brazilian. She cute. Definitely fuckable, the whole nine. Nice little ass on her own. I mean, literally, Shorty would purposely come outside and I mean like
There
outside.
we go.
Go out. She come downstairs. Shorty would come downstairs, past my crib, past my parents, past my grandfather, and bikini. It's fucking 30 degrees outside. Why are you walking around the house in a swimsuit?
No, it was some that like intentionally would do certain things to like try to grab attention,
Yes.
and you'd be sitting there like, I see what you're trying. You're trying to grab my attention, but what you're
Yeah, and
realizing
it's
is that
like,
you're going
yo,
about it all the wrong way because that does not grab my attention whatsoever.
man, not to
That
mention,
that makes
I'm not
me
gonna lie,
want to run.
You can walk around like that all you want to, but guess what, bitch? You still gotta pay rent. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You still gotta pay rent.
Facts.
Like, I don't give. I don't
Not
give a.
even
Oh,
just the rent.
I'll
It's
do this. Nah, you can do
it's
that,
if
but you
they're
still
if
gotta
they're
come
do,
out of pocket for that rent.
but it's not even just that. Is if they're doing this to grab your attention, right? What
Mhm.
are they doing else when they're not talking to you to grab other people's attention? That's what I
Right.
look at. It's like you're doing this to grab my attention, but how I know you're not doing this to the next blow Joe that you see or messaging trying to grab their attention? Like,
And that's
what's
what
different?
also
What makes
let
me
me see.
different?
Yeah, like, but that's one thing that also put me on notice as well. Like even when I was younger, it was a thing of all right, I recognize that the women who are, I'll say, objectively more attractive are the ones who usually tend to be, and not all of them, but a lot of them tend to be more on the whole shit. Now, granted, there's ugly bitches who's just gonna throw it out there because they just want some companionship and all that. Hey, you know what? You willing to throw it? They will throw it. You willing to catch it? Fuck it, they with it. You might be the dude that they've been looking at and they truly are infatuated with, so they'll let it slide this time. But when it comes down to the pretty, like like I said, objectively pretty on the outside, they'll be the ones that's like, hey, well, this dude likes me and this dude likes me, and because I'm attractive, I know I can fuck with guys who's doing this and that because I've messed with guys who make X amount of money and do such and such and such and such, and they put me on boats and shit like that.
Again,
And
it's
they'll
that
get fucked by them
lifestyle.
dudes.
That's
Yeah,
that
they'll see it,
lifestyle.
they'll get fucked by them dudes, and they'll be perfectly content with that shit. But then at the same time, because they got fucked by a dude who has this level and this status level and has all this particular extra shit that they done did, they flew them out and they did that. Now they expect every motherfucker on the planet to be like, hey, I'ma fly you out. And on the first day after I flew you out, the very first date, I'm also spending 10 grand on you, 25 grand on you because yeah, that's what. And now they expect every nigga to do that.
Yeah, that should be
No.
getting me. I'm like nah. And I get it. I definitely get it. People definitely get accustomed to certain things. And for
You had a
me,
taste of it now. Now
yeah,
you no.
like I remember this one chick I was trying to talk to back in the day, and yeah, I got a relationship, and I was like, that's cool. We could just be friends. Just like, oh, I really want to talk to you, but I need to know what you can provide for me. The last guy I was in, he took me on the trip to Mexico. He was buying me these Louis Vuitton bags and this and that. So I have a different type of lifestyle. And back then, I was like, oh well, that's not me. But as I got older, I realized like, bitch, what do you mean you have a different type of lifestyle? That wasn't your lifestyle. That was someone catering to you doing shit. Like you didn't do that shit
Somebody
yourself.
provided
You
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 with
literally
some
just said that somebody did it for you, which means that's not your lifestyle. Your life again.
that's
I
what I
always say
came
this:
accustomed to.
your
Okay.
lifestyle is what you can provide to yourself. If you're not paying for it yourself, that's not your lifestyle. Contrary to what everybody else says, oh, but I can get it. Yeah, you can get it when someone is gracious enough to provide it for you. That doesn't mean it's your
Get those
lifestyle. You
niggas.
can only count it as your lifestyle if you are doing it yourself. If you are making that money to do those things, that is when you count that as your lifestyle. If you're not, bringing in the money yourself and you're just sitting with your hand out waiting for someone to do it for you, it's not your lifestyle. It's what you're aiming for. It's just not what you're going to get. it's just not in your cards, unless you find a sucker they're gonna do it. And I say sucker very lightly, because some people just are just naturally like, yo, if I'm talking, I'm seeing you, whatnot, I'm just gonna do what it takes to keep you. And it's like, well, you're buying her with money. No, that's just how they are. They got it, you got it. Some people are naturally
Well,
like that.
some motherfuckers nowadays are pay pigs too. Like, for
Some
instance, and I'm sorry I had to been him, but have you seen that shit with Akash Singh?
who?
Akash Singh, he's a comedian, but he's also on the podcast with fuck, I forgot his name just that quick. Oh my god. That's crazy. How the fuck did I
Nah,
forget his name?
I didn't see that.
Andrew Schultz.
I didn't
There we
see
go.
it.
He does it. So basically, it's been one of the things that's been blowing up on the internet lately. So He's like 30 something. He married a girl who was 20 something, whatnot. They've been together for however long now. They both supposedly lost their virginity, and he's constantly talking about how great of a woman his wife is and how
I
perfect
remember
his
you. I remember you
relationship
mentioned this
is.
a little bit the other day. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so with that the same thing, he's belittling everybody else's relationship and talking about how great his is, and then his girl starts doing a podcast. And she's legitimately on the podcast with her, I guess, best friend. And they're talking about how his wife is talking about how, oh yeah, well, yeah, your husband, mind you, this motherfucker is average ass white dude.
Yeah,
All right. As a man, if a man is handsome, I will gladly say, yo, nah, he pulling bitches. He got it.
not
Nah, that's a
I.
handsome dude. He got
Not
it.
I.
I have no problem with that. I'm secure enough for myself.
I'm secure, but I'm not gonna call no dude handsome. Nah, I'm not doing
Listen,
that.
you can look and be like, that nigga could take my bitch.
Nah.
Like, in all
Mm,
honesty,
mm.
regardless of how dope. Listen. All bullshit aside, there is going to no matter. You can have all the confidence in the world, but you can look at certain niggas and be like, he might be able to take my bitch. And
I'm not thinking
it's
that.
nothing against you.
No,
It's
I get
nothing
what you're
against
saying,
you.
but that's not how I think at
He's
all.
that.
Then
I
you
get
gotta
it.
remember, my
I get it.
my mindset's different. That's not what comes
Very
to my
true. Very
mind
true.
at all.
Very true. But with that still being said, it's still a thing of, hey, listen, I know for me, I can say, yo, you know what? Yo, that's a handsome motherfucker right there. Do your thing, dog. Go get the puss. Go get that puss. Go get them bitches. I can do that. I'm not worried about that shit. But all in all, you're married. She was married to her husband, and she's actively talking about another woman's husband, her best friend's husband, and how she would be willing to engage in an orgy with this nigga. She's talking about how she knows that this nigga has a 10-inch dick. She literally, her friend is like, oh yeah, you know, whenever he's not around and whatnot, I could just masturbate to the thought of him. This bitch says, oh, I could never. Bitch, you married to a whole nigga who's legitimately supporting everything about you.
You
And
could never.
damn, you could never. It's crazy. Oh wait, I'll give you even one even better. Every
What
time,
Diddy
and I
Party
mean
gonna
every time. What's going on, G? Yo, every time that this nigga Akash went in for a kiss, she turned her face and gave the nigga the cheek. Like every time.
Yeah.
He was going, he went and brought her and her friends out and shit like that, flew them out to someplace remote. They go out there, they on the beach. He's like, hey, you know, I'm willing to, renew our vows and shit like that. Would you be Miss Sing again forever? Boom. She's like, yeah, oh my God. The whole time this bitch is staring at the ring. She's not even looking at this motherfucker. Not once. Then when
No,
he
she's
goes in for a kiss,
materialistic.
yo, she literally even said, "No, I'm the type that I like tangible things. I like tangible gifts." And the bitch is like, as he's going in for a kiss, she turns her face, looks at the camera. I like tangible gifts, and does the whole like rubs the finger shit. Like yo, and it's the same woman who you like. Oh yeah, You guys could never. You don't understand. My wife is perfect. She's this. And granted, you might feel that way, but my nigga. She's openly disrespecting you on multitudes of levels. And then on top of that, she let it be known, hey, yeah, now granted, I know a lot of couples look at, a lot of relationships might move like this, but she was talking, like she's on the pod talking about, oh yeah, what you guys don't know is no matter what, his money is our money and my money is my money. Now, granted, I know I've heard that shit a bunch of times, but it's a thing of, hey, you're literally doing this podcast and shit only because I have the funds to be
Yeah.
able to allow you to live a very comfortable life. So that the fact that you have the audacity, the unmitigated gall to sit over there and disrespect me on a fucking podcast is crazy. But that's not how he looks at it. He looks at it as my wife's adorable. And there's nothing that she can do that could make me upset. Yes, there's things that'll piss me off, that'll, it'll get under my skin, but ultimately, I just find her adorable. What?
Well, I don't know what in the Diddy Party you be talking about, saying if this guy looks nice, he gonna take my girl. But at the end of the
Diddy
day,
Party is crazy, first and
well,
Diddy Party.
foremost. Nice
I
try,
mean,
wrong guy.
what is
I
the
said,
Diddy? be talking about, friend. I'm just joking. That's why I popped on. But
I,
anywho,
yeah, I was
moving
about to say, you better get ahead and get that shit right, because I'm not saying any nigga that could do it. I
on.
said there's some
No,
niggas.
My pop said
I
anybody that can do that, she's not your chick. If anybody
Very
can pull
true.
your
exactly.
woman, she's
That's what I
not your
was
woman.
gonna
She's for the
say. I
Very
streets.
said,
true.
I
Very
said the
true.
same thing. That's what I was gonna say. I said, look, if people are able to pull other people's partners, that's an issue. That means they never were down for that person to begin with. And
Yep.
even still, if that person is down for you and they still leave, it depends on their mindset, what's
Mhm.
going on, and the statute of limitations and the things that are happening, and the kind of conversation you had with your partner. And I'm not saying that all of it is good, but I'm saying at the end of the day, you have to move in a way where you know what you're doing and how you're doing it, and make sure you communicate this stuff. The reason why people are being taken, even though there's no way that could be even a thing, is because people are not saying nothing and they're doing it what they want to do. People are moving in silos, not in like, I'm with you, you're with me, I'm gonna communicate, so will you. And if we can't even get that part right, why are we even doing this? Hence it being a world where we're not even having conversation, we're just fucking and leaving now. Oh, hey, you're my friend, let's just do it for today because we need somebody to hold me. This is
Yeah.
why we having these kind of situationships and beneficial friends and fuck buddies, because that's being glorified because we don't know how to communicate, we don't know how to be adults. We don't know how to be adults anymore. So if there's a mentality where you think that somebody can take your person, I'm just paraphrasing, can take your person, that's bad. That's so bad
I
because that person could
definitely
be a
am
slave.
the firm. I definitely believe in the. Hey, listen, if you could take her, you could have her. I'm 100%
No, but
behind
the
that
thing
shit.
is that that means that y'all did not have a conversation first. There
Now
was
that's
no
Yeah.
not that's not
conversation said
necessarily
or
true.
had or done.
That's not necessarily true, because when it comes down to it,
I'm not
y'all can
saying all
have
the
full
time.
blown conversations and understandings beforehand. But oh well, hey, this person came along and I just had an opportunity. It was a one time thing. It wouldn't happen again. But
I've
you
heard
already
that
fucked them.
before. I've heard that
You
I
know what
before.
I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah, because
Uh,
people move with trauma. They don't move with a perfect mindset. And I'm not saying perfect as the actual meaning. People are just moving with trauma. Nobody's getting healed. Nobody's getting help. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So they're
true.
just moving with what they have and what they know, which is not good, which taints us who are really good people because we want to have good people around us, but we still get tainted from those unhealed people. And I
yeah.
mean
Very
that
true.
for outside of relationships. I mean that for your friends. Tell your friends, fuck you. Obviously, clearly and literally and mentally and spiritually. Fuck you. Because if you don't have my best interest at heart as my friend, I don't know what you finna do as my enemy.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
I can deal
So
with
it's
that.
like, come on.
They want
We
to
all
fuck
gotta
you.
we all gotta
Jokes, man.
communicate at some point, but at the same time, we gotta have that mentality. If you're walking around unhealed and traumatized, why do you think the world is not moving in the way that they don't want relationships and marriages? Because we can barely move as humans.
Facts.
Well, once again, that's also a part of a thing of taking accountability, because a lot of people are not willing to take accountability to actually heal or grow through it. A lot of people rather stay in the victim mentality of, well, hey, this happened to me, so I'll forever be quote unquote
Oh, it's
tainted.
their
But at the
fault.
same
It's
time,
their fault.
it's
I ain't do shit.
precisely. But when you decide to make that your identity, well, because this happened to me, now I'm gonna be a fucked up individual. That does not make it okay, and that's where a lot of the issues nowadays come from. It's the fact of you're willing to remain the victim instead of accepting what part you might have played, or accepting, yes, you might not have done shit and you got done vile, but you can't hold on, like, as yes, it's a part of you, it's a part of what happened to you as well, but you can't use that as the reason why you are now an ancient individual,
Right.
because you was hurt, so now you go out there and fucking around and doing all types of shit because one person fucked you over. That does not mean
And
that every person you come across is going to be trying to do that, but that's what people
absolutely.
try to lay in that shit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, again, it goes the amount of times we all got ghosted and stood up on a date. Shoot, that shit just happened to me last month. But besides the point,
God,
it's like because people are unhealed and don't know how to communicate. It still goes back to communication. If you feel that this is not for you, or you feel intimidated or not ready for something like that, all you have to do is say, "Hey, I'm not prepared for the blah 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 situation. Or I'm not prepared to do this. But yes, I was in your DMs. Yes, I wasted your time. But at the same time, I'm not prepared." I'd be like, "Cool, thank you for letting me know and not wasting my time." I would be fine. I would be
Would you really?
fine. That shit would make me so happy. I have a smile on my face saying, "Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful life and God bless you." Like that would help so many people, so many people. And just saying, "Hey, thank you so much for the time that we had. It didn't go well, but at least we can move as friends because we healed. We got healed. Nobody's healing anymore. Hence us having these problems. Hence us having these situations. Hence us having these mindsets." And like I said, it's not just relationships; it's friendships too. And people you are cordial with almost be your friend faster than the people that have been down with you for years. I don't want to make it a sermon, but I'm just saying.
No, you're right though. No, you're right. Because honestly, I can honestly say for me, a lot of the individuals that I swore was like, nah, this is my right hand. Nah, me and this nigga going, yo, we good, we cool forever. The motherfuckers like niggas just did because certain things didn't work out, or it was a misunderstanding, miscommunication, so on and so forth. Or some people just decide to finally show their true cards when you notice certain things and you bring it up. Now they show their true cards as to who they truly are. Like I got a homie I was cool with from I don't know how, like I remember when a nigga moved onto the block. And I mean, we was cool from maybe like 5 years old type shit. Same, we went to the same pre-K and all of that shit. Cool, cool. But whatever happened later on, motherfucker was like, "Hey, I'm gonna hang out with you because you the weed dude. Like you the nigga I could smoke for free with. So anytime we linking up, I'm expecting you to bring the smoke." And the like when I caught on, like, nigga, you only kicking it with me for the fact that I bring some weed, nigga. Like, that's really why you stopped fucking with me? All right, cool. I stopped bringing shit around intentionally, or I stopped letting niggas smoke my shit. Then it became oh well, you moving funny now. You acting weird. No, I'm not, cause I'm not smoking you out. That's why. A lot of motherfuckers, man, just be on their own shit. Friendships could be on some, hey, look, you think that they fuck with you until you see, oh well, you only fuck with what I can do for you, what I can bring. So yeah, it's a lot of people that's on that shit too when it comes down to the friendship. Yeah. Friends can be on some real, all right, I'm only here for, what I'm saying, what you got. Cause what you got I don't have access to. So, or not at the same amount as you do. So yo, like what's up?
Exactly.
Like, man.
But you gotta keep that circle small sometimes. My pops was just saying that's why this generation always want to have like threesomes, and I mean, and like their little orgies. And if you think about it, like there's a lot of things out there like the quadruples. Like, oh, I got a girlfriend, I got a boyfriend, I got two girlfriends. Or there's one thing, I don't know if it's real or not, but this guy who got one chick pregnant and then turned around and got the mother pregnant, from my understanding, and then they were having the baby shit together. I was like, how what? Explain. You got your girl pregnant, you got her mother pregnant, and they both had a baby shower together. You're okay.
I know.
All right.
I know
fuck
somebody,
with it. I guess if they're cool with it, I guess I'm cool with it. It's not my problem.
Listen, I'll give you one better than that. I know a nigga who fucked two sisters and had them eating each other out. While like twins at that. Twin sisters. And they became sisters that same day.
I mean, there was this case where this guy had a kid with his girlfriend, wife, whatever the case may be, or he thought he had a kid. And I guess a few years down the line, they did a DNA test or whatever, and it came out that his kid was actually his brother, that his pops fucked his old lady and got her pregnant. So the person he was walking around and thinking that was his kid turned out that was actually his brother because of his father. I was like, damn. If that don't
that's
hit
a
you
level of
hard, and you looking at the
diabolical
little, you looking at your little brother like, I thought you was my kid, now I found out you're my little brother. Now I'm gonna fucking beat your ass. It's like you can't take out the
every
kid.
time I see you, nigga, it's
But-
on fight. Why? Because
But that would I think that would
Not
definitely
even
fuck somebody
somebody
up.
else.
It's like, yo, like I was with this chick and I thought the kid was like 5 or something like that at this point. When they found out the kid wasn't his, it was his actual little brother that his father's cracked his old lady and got her pregnant. I don't know how you would mentally handle that. Like,
I would have lost it.
Woosah, nah, woosah all this, bitch.
There is
Yo.
no way of handling that. There is no way. There's no way of handling that.
There's
That's
no
the
way.
beat. Go what did you tell your husband? Go get grandma. With
Like-
a shotgun.
Like there's I like like you need to calm down and talk this through. What? What? I raised my little brother thinking he was my kid for 5 years. I shouldn't be laughing, but the darkness in this is
I just read what your pop said.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, when you go on Facebook, it's promoted heavily on Facebook. You know what else is promoted? I just realized this. It's a little change a topic a little bit. Because I did see something. So
You
remember?
you want ad time, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine. But one thing I've noticed that I don't think most people realize. You remember back in the day when people used to celebrate holidays, and
Yeah.
holidays was all about, you know, colorful. Let's keep things colorful. Let's keep things vibrant. Let's make everything great. The more colors you have it, the better. It was spectacular when you had the colors. Now everything's off-white. Christmas trees, the colorful Christmas trees with all the little colorful decorations, ornaments on it. That's not a thing no more. If you look at pictures that people post of like the holidays and Christmas and the spirit, everything's off-white. Christmas trees all off-white. And I saw this and I was sitting there thinking about, I was like, even my wife, I was sitting there thinking like, yo, I used to decorate the Christmas tree. I used to put lights up. It was great. It was amazing. Now she likes to buy these. She has this tree that she bought that she likes to put up, but the tree's all white. We don't put anything on it. It's just off-white. I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, that's kind of fucked up. Like everything is losing its color, its uniqueness. It's just bland, and everybody's doing it. Even in the houses, like remember people used to paint their houses, they'd be all colorful, whatnot. Now what is hip and what's in is just, you know, plain off grayscale walls or all white walls with like basic black, you know, appliances, whatever it is. It's all, you know, done. Even you look at McDonald's used to be super colorful, right? Now what you got this brick ass fucking building with no fucking life to it whatsoever. It's just like a corporate thing, and everything is starting to be like that now these days. Everything. And it's like,
I mean,
Christmas trees, no colors whatsoever.
yeah, like, and honestly, that's genuinely because, in my opinion, but a lot of people are just following fucking fads, man. Like that's a lot of people don't have an identity no more. They genuinely
Facts.
have to turn to somebody else to get an idea as to what it is that they should do.
Yeah, I agree.
Creativity seems to be on an all-time low for some reason, because the look of, or the wanting, the need to feel accepted seems to be so prevalent that that's what that's what they're doing, so I gotta do that shit too. I gotta make sure I'm up with it. I gotta stay with, and it's like, yo, nah, nigga, you can just do some completely other shit, and that would actually stand out 10 times more than you trying to fit the bill of what everybody else does. Like for instance, I'm hoping this one sticks though. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like beforehand, niggas used to, everybody rocked certain clothes and shit like that, especially black community. For instance, Nike Techs. Nike Techs was this shit for everybody, whether you was a hood nigga, you was a regular nigga, but it was more seen as a hood nigga uniform to have on Nike Tech. Now, it's starting in Atlanta. We're gonna see where it spread from. But niggas is doing this 3/4 shit, the 3/4 sweater. I'm fucking with it. 3/4 sweater and matchas. I like that.
fashion
niggas
has
keep
went
it- keep it
backwards,
going.
bro. Fashion has went
I like,
backwards.
and you know what?
I'm with some of it.
mad
I
at
am
it.
with some of it because remember people used to rock Felines back in the day, the Feline brand,
Nigga, I would still rock them bitches. Nigga.
Yeah, but
Stop playing with me.
Fubu, Feline, most people don't know about Fubu, but those brands like that, people didn't really fuck with them. The bell bottoms, all that shit, the overalls, people, it was like a trend back in the day. At least when I was growing up, that was the shit. And then for a period of time,
rocking
Fubu was
NYC.
black owned.
no one was rocking that shit. No one had Fubu. Now all of a sudden, like you're seeing, Fubu's making a comeback. People are rocking Fubu. People are saying, "Yo, let's get some Fubu shit out there." I want to say I saw some Fubu shit. I don't know how new it was, but I saw some Fubu shit. I was like, "Damn, I thought this company I went under. Like, shit, they still got some shit out here. Like,
No, that
that's
man is still making money. That man from Shark Tank who owns that
yeah."
brand, still
That
making
shit-
money off of that stuff.
Facts. Fubu, that even like old, the old clothing styles that people used to do back in the day. That shit's making a little comeback, and people are like, "Why don't you come up with something new?" It's the same thing. Why don't come up with new movies? There's so many new movies that could be made, but what do you see? Remakes over remakes over remakes and over remakes. Now, mind you, some movies could be remade because the way they have technology right now. When they remake them, they could be better, but a lot of remakes are fucking ass. But there are a lot of storybooks out there, fantasy, horror, thrillers, their own new stories that can be translated to a transcript for a screenplay. Yeah, and there's so many people who don't want to do that, which I'm like, why? Because there are people saying, give us something new. Well, how about you guys go look at some of those books? Because there's tons of books out there with completely new ideas, different concept. Like I always say, there's like this one called The Element, the Elemental Academy or something like that. It gives me a vibe of Harry Potter, but it's not Harry Potter. But they have three students that would give you like the whole Harry Potter vibe shit, but they're not. It would be a fucking great ass book. The one I'm going into called The Land. I got to get you on that one, Thad. But the motherfucker, there's 9 books. 9 ones getting ready to come out hopefully within the next year or so, but there's 9 of the books out there, or 8 books plus 2 other books for somewhat different series, but it's same multiverse, whatever. If you go through them, you're like, yo, this would be a good TV show, movie. Like if you tape this, like this would be fucking good. Why aren't we turning stories that are currently being written on paper? Why aren't we turning those into a new TV show, a new film? Look at fucking T-Boo. My fucking dad's be on that fucking shit all the time. He's like, yo, you are watching T-Boo? I don't watch that shit. But he's watching it because they're even though I personally think the story's probably ass half the time, but my understanding, they have some really good ones on there that people do enjoy, and they're making original shit. They're thriving. They're thriving. And mind you, their original shit, in my opinion, is like C-rate, B-rate, D-rate type film shit, but they're still making a killing. People are still enjoying the content. They're new, it's original, it's something different. Why can't we do that with the stories? We have so many stories out there. People are always complaining about, not having enough new content out there. There's plenty of content out there. Just go to Barnes and Noble and pick up a book that's not off of a movie so far that's already out there, and bada bang, bada boom, you got a whole fucking script right there. You just got to get hold of the author, have them make their book into a script transcript that can be adapted for a film, and there you go, new film.
Now, I agree with you on that. Like, there's quite a few stories that I know myself. I feel like, yo, these shits. It's Tubi, not Tebow.
Whatever the fuck's called. That's how it goes to show you. I don't watch it though. I just know it's there.
But that alone, like, I have a few stories like I've been listening to and shit that genuinely happens to, like, I know for a fact if it was either in TV show form, because TV show would make it more where it can be extended just a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the network who picks it up. Depends on who picks it up.
Very true. Very true. But
when it's Netflix, they're gonna get like 3 seasons at the most and be canceled, leaving you on a cliffhanger.
That's a possibility too. That's the possibility too. But I know that when it comes down to it, though, there's a lot of shit that not only can be turned into TV shows, movies, video games. Like there's a lot of shit that people are afraid to say. You know what? Let me take a chance on this because that money, they're so worried about how much money is going to generate, that they'll
Yeah, it's
only
all about
use
money.
shit that they've seen prior to a certain set of numbers. So they're gonna, all right, well, let's take that up and we'll just tweak a couple details about this here and there, and ultimately make it the same story from a different perspective. And now we're gonna try to sell that shit.
Yeah.
Or the same character and with a new face, and we're gonna tell the same story, but their acting is gonna change out how good it goes. No,
I mean, that's what they did with Superman for a while. That was almost like the same story every time. Let's go Superman and do the origin in the first film. I was like, yo, like, whoa, that Man of Steel, Superman. Like, there were like 6 or 7 movies before they did this last one where they went completely whole another route. Like, they didn't do the origin backstory like they normally do. They just went into the fucking a movie with a different take on it. And I was like, yo, I can respect that. I can fuck with that and vibe with it. Now, whether the movie was super good or not, for how they did it, I was like, you know what? If I separate it from the other movies, and I think like, all right, it's a remake of the Superman movie, but they didn't go the same direction as all the other movies where they start him off, he's a farm boy, no, they went a completely whole different route. They gave you a whole other story that wasn't the same cut and paste, fucking copy cut and paste shit that's out there already. And they got a whole other story. Right. And to me, that's good. Now, mind you, they could have did something completely different with it still, but for what they put out there, if I look at it as a whole standalone movie, great movie. Now, like I said, there are movies that I would like to see some remakes. I think they would do great. Like I don't know if y'all ever watched Ernest. Y'all remember Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Saves Christmas, Ernest Halloween, those type of movies from back in the day. I have been talking about John Cena. I was like, yo, shit you not, John Cena would be a good fucking Ernest. Like, he can pull it off, the way he acts and whatnot. He would be one of the few people I was like, yo, if they made a remake of Ernest, he would be the fucking dude that should do it. He would pull it off and make it his own, and whatnot, and probably most likely give some mad respect to the original person who played Ernest, who passed away of colon cancer, if I'm not mistaken. But that movie right there would be great.
How exactly would that be done? Because everybody, like, the character of Ernest was a slim build. So,
well, I mean, that's the whole point.
Jackson and
yeah, you just change it. I mean, they have all this technology, so they can definitely do it. And then I saw on Twitter, that someone did Ernest Goes to Jail or something like that. They took one of the movies and they put John Cena on it. And I was like, yo, someone else thinks the same thing. Like, he would be a fucking great Ernest. And I was like, in the works. I'm like, no, that was definitely AI, because last I checked, he's not working on any Ernest movies. But every time I'm on Twitter, I'm tagging him, yo, John Cena. You would go great with this movie. I don't know, Ernest, I don't know if you ever watched it growing up, but Ernest, that would be you. You definitely could pull it off. Like, I tag him on Twitter every now and then. That happened to come across someone actually made a cover of like Ernest Goes to Jail, whatever, and they put him on there. I'm like, yo, if they did Ernest Goes to Jail, because he's already did this thing in wrestling. When he came back, he went heel. That was perfect. He did a whole heel thing, had the whole mentality. He could totally pull off the evil person in the fucking film, and then still do the goofy fun, type shit. Because look at most of his movies. He does the action, but he does a lot of comedy shit too. So it would pair very well with his persona of how he does shit. It's just, will he ever be able to do it? I don't know. What another remake they're doing? The Never Ending Story. Now, y'all remember those movies? Those movies were great. There was like 3 or 4 of them that were different, pretty long, pretty good movies. A remake of those that they're working on right now would probably be fucking amazing with the technology. Now, not saying all remakes would be great, because sometimes when they do a remake, they hit the mark. And then a lot of times when they do the remake, they're completely off the mark. You're like, what? That was a remake? Like for me, Lilo and Stitch, the live action. I did not like the live action. I thought they fucking ruined it. And it was like, Ohana means family, and then you broke up the family because you sent, the sister away to college. That to me, that just completely killed the movie, because they were like, oh, we're trying to keep it like the original, but then we're also trying to bring in something else to the current terms, but we're saying Ohana. But you're saying certain things that were referenced in the old movie that meant them trying to keep the family together, and you're saying Ohana means family, but then you're breaking them apart. Then you say, oh, but it doesn't mean the family has to always be there. You changed the whole term and the whole meaning of what the original movie had. You completely changed it to try to be in the woke world of what's going on now. And yeah, that's cute and all, but you don't need to do that with every fucking thing, trying to appease everybody's culture and their opinion of being this whole woke and not trying to be the whole cancel culture shit. Like, fuck the cancel culture shit. Like, let's be real. Fuck it. That's why a lot of comedians get pissed off, because the whole cancel culture, comedians like, cancel me, bitch. Like, my whole job is to be funny and insult people. That's comedy. That's why you come. Like, yeah, you if you didn't want it, you wouldn't have came here. You wouldn't buy the tickets. Oh, he was too harsh. But the whole point, he's comedy. That doesn't necessarily mean that person, he or she actually feels that way on some of that shit. But it's what makes people laugh, is taking a dark moment and making light of the situation to get a laugh out of it. That's comedy. That's what they do. I do that shit all the time myself. I can see a dark moment and I crack a joke about something, because you can't just sit there and dwell on the fucking past and be in darkness. You gotta lift your spirits. And one way to lift your spirits is you start laughing, you start smiling. They say good laughter cleanses the spirit. All right, so that's what you got to do. There's so much things there that are, if I'm not mistaken, that are in the working or in the making. It's like Harry Potter. Harry Potter was a good series for its time, right? Everybody can agree that who watched Harry Potter, they pretty much probably enjoyed it for the most part, the movies. Now they're making a TV series, Harry Potter. It's like, oh, they shouldn't do that. The movie's perfect. But with the TV series, like, my boy Eagle said, when you do a TV series, you can take your time. You can get more in depth. You can have more of that backstory. It was like the remake of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. For those who don't know, the last season's coming out. I liked the show. I was like, damn, only 4 seasons? Now, mind you, the original was more like of a sitcom where, they had tons of episodes. It was a sitcom type format versus the remake. It's not a sitcom type of show.
It's more of a drama.
Yeah, it's more of a drama.
Yeah.
So I get it. They felt like they probably couldn't stretch it out to be more than what they have. So the 4th season is going to be the last season, because to them, they kind of covered a lot of the basics from the sitcom and their drama show of it, which I'm like, well, yeah, you did a different take, a different angle. I thoroughly enjoy the Fresh Prince, the way they did it, this new one. I like it. Yeah, it's not like the original one, but that's fine. That is completely fine. It added a twist to make it its own type of show, because the original one was a sitcom. So this one's not a sitcom. It's more of a drama based, which to me, it makes it kind of stand alone on its own. Yeah, everybody thinks like, oh yeah, it's still based off that character. Yeah, it is. But it gives you a different perspective because they're doing it different. It's not all, joking. And I'm not saying like the original sitcom was all like joking and laughing and whatnot. They had some, heartfelt moments in there, and that showed that connected with the audience. But they still have that in this one too. They still have moments that connect with the audience, but in a different way. Because things are different. I still know
a lot of people that's hit with that hit by that Will Smith scene when he was like, yo, well, how come he don't want me, man? Like that shit. I ain't know, even though my pops was around all my life, nigga, and I was grateful for that shit. That scene hit me, nigga, like, and I don't know what it's like, but I can only imagine, like, yo, you feel like you was abandoned by your pops, and then now this one time he pop out for like 2 minutes, making all these fucking promises for him to turn around and be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna catch you later. Like that's. That shit gotta hit, like, that shit hit the soul, nigga, without you even knowing truly how it feels. You can, like, as a person who can put themselves in somebody's shoes without necessarily, you may not know 100% this is what it's like, nigga, to have no dad around you, to feel like he don't want shit to do with you. I don't know what that's like, and I'm grateful for that. But I can only imagine the pain that a man like that would have to feel and go through, and going through life from a boy to a man, trying to figure out what the fuck, why he ain't want me, son.
Yeah,
like that shit resonated with a lot of people, and I know it did. So
yeah,
like that,
and they brought that in the new one. They definitely brought it in the new one, but they did it in a different way. I want to say they did it in a way to try to make it more relatable to the current the current society of how things are playing out now. They try to do it that way, and it was still good. I thought it was still good. But there's so many things that they can do. I was a little upset, but I found out it was the fourth season. I ain't gonna hold you. I was a little upset the fourth season was gonna be the final season. I was like, wait, what? Final season? It's only been 4. Like, the fuck? I'm a little upset, but at the same time, I can respect it. I can stand behind it. I was like, you know what? For 4 seasons that they did a good job. The one company that does some shows that I get pissed off with is Netflix, because they'll get you with a good show. Like, you'll have a good show. They'll give you 1 season, 2 seasons. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna cancel. Not a lot of people like it. What do you mean a lot of people don't like it? Don't you see the uproar on social media? People getting pissed off. They loved it. Y'all just canceling good shit for no reason. Because what they is, they base the numbers off of how quickly do people watch it when it comes out right away. When it drops, are they binge watching it? Are they liking it? Are people flocking to it? Some people have lives. Some people are again just tied up. Like, if someone's working 3 jobs, right? When a show, say the show drops on Friday, but they just work 3 back-to-back shifts that whole week, that Friday coming, they're gonna sleep. They're not thinking about watching this new show that came out. So of course they're not gonna watch it when it drops. So they're like, well, these people aren't watching the show when it drops, so that means they don't really like it. No, that doesn't what it means. It just means
I'm catching that shit later on.
That's the benefit of having the streaming platform, because they can watch it at any point in time during their leisure. And what the issue is, probably another one of the issues, because people don't hit those little like buttons to say that they actually like the show. That's why I started. Anytime I watch something now, if I can do it by episode, each episode I'll like it. I like that one. I like it. If I really didn't like it, I give it a thumbs down. I didn't like this type of content this time around. That's just my opinion. But I definitely feel like since more things are coming towards the streaming platforms of being relatively available at your fingertips to watch shit, those reviews now are starting to come more into a factor, because before they were able to monitor how many times someone played it, and I'm sure they can still see how many times someone played an episode versus when it hits their system, like, oh, 1 million people turned into Netflix, and this how many people watched the video, how many people actually finished the movie, this and that, how many people stop watching it and then finish going back and finish the season. I'm sure they have all the statistics there. But what they didn't realize is that a lot of people, when they stopped doing that, maybe something came up, in life that prevented them from watching it, finish it right then and there. Most people come back to their shows to finish them. In general, even if they don't like a series, sometimes when they have nothing else to watch, it's like, you know what? Let me give it another try. I did that shit with some anime. What anime was it? There was an anime I did. I watch a lot of anime, but there was an anime I did that too. I think it was it wasn't Black Clover. It was Naruto at first. When I first started watching Naruto, I couldn't get into it. I was like, fuck this shit. There's too many episodes. I couldn't get into it. And I sat back and I was
just like, who the fuck?
Yeah, and then I saw a clip and I was like, yo, that was mad funny. And I went back and I gave another go. And the second time around, I was like, wait, okay, I could actually fuck with this now. And I went on the thing and I just binge watched, what was it, like 300 some episodes? I binge watched all of them. The cuts, the filler episodes, all that shit. I just binge watched it. And they're like, yo, you watching too much too quickly. Nah, it took me, I didn't like it at first. I wouldn't go hold you. I didn't like it at first. It didn't catch my attention. But then I saw a clip that caught my attention. And I was like, yo, let me give this another go. And I went through and then I realized there are some shows that have a slow start. The first episode, the second episode probably could be shit. But then, literally typically most shows by the third episode, they start to pick up. Even with books, you can read a book, the first 2 chapters could be ass. And you get to the third, fourth, fifth chapter, it starts picking up and it piques your interest and you're like, oh shit, let me tune into this shit for real. There are shows like that, there are books like that. I think that's why they say when you read a book or something like that, you should read like 10 minutes or at least a couple of chapters, or better yet, open the book up right to the middle and read a chapter from the middle and see if it catches your attention. To see if you're going to actually be into it. But I mean, that's just me.
I can agree with that. Because even when you look at some of these, the new stuff is like the real shorts and the real dramas and stuff like that. Like these little apps that do like mini drama episodes and shit like that. they'll post up, and some of the audio books, they'll do certain things with like they'll post up. Maybe it's either could be a portion of the show or the book or a possible like just like a small future snippet where they might change just a couple details out of it, but they're advertising it this way, and it makes it where it's like, damn, oh shit, I could read, I know I can get into that. Let me go listen to that. Like I always say every week, the my vampire system. The last one I came up with, the last one I started listening to is called The Legendary Beast Tamer. Like certain things, how they say it, how they pronounce, like how they bring it to you, and so on and so forth, is entirely different. Like, all right, the Legendary Beast Tamer, the way that they grabbed my interest was showing like, all right, this dude, he's in this group of, he's in this elite school of nothing but beast tamers, and pretty much he has the weakest beast according to them, like to the other people. His beasts are the weakest. He got a fucking spider and a phoenix. Like, nigga, come on, you ain't. That's not a phoenix yet. It's like a hawk or some shit. But he's a fire hawk. Yeah, some shit like that. And he's like, yo, you got the weakest motherfucking pets and yada. And he's like, his pet's talking to him like, nah, nigga, yo, you don't even understand. We genuinely fuck with you. Like, you didn't get, like, we didn't get brought to you. We chose to fuck with you. So
Yeah.
that's how you know our bond is real. And this motherfucker goes in there. He's about to fight the top motherfucker in the whole like country type shit. He's like the prince or some shit like that. And the prince has a fucking dragon. And the dragon's like, hey, you know what? He getting told, the dragon's getting ordered to, yo, kill him. And he's like, yo, he sees that the nigga goes and he protects his pets. Like, nah, nigga, he's mine. If you gonna kill him, you're gonna kill all of us. Fuck it. The dragon sees that shit, is like, yo, fuck you to his owner, to his master, and is like, I'm following this nigga. Now, that may not sound like something that's like, oh yeah, you know what, it's worth it. But the way that they told it was like, oh shit. Then you get into the book itself, and I'm listening to the book. This nigga's the only class, because it's one of those books where it's like everybody in the world has abilities, powers, or they received abilities through this government serum, the scientifically done serum, and that gives them these outlandish abilities that they're able to do now. From that, it's like you listen to it, and the motherfucker is genuinely doing a whole lot of, like he actually doing a whole lot of shit to save these people. Like he's like fucking Asta or Deku, but in like a magical, like in a medieval magic world type shit, fantasy basically.
This is an anime, you said, right?
What this shit is? Yeah, this is a book. This is a fantasy book, but it's an audible, like an audio.
Which one is this one?
It's called The Legendary Beast Tamer.
Is this on Audible?
That one. Nah, it's on what's this?
I feel like I've seen this one before.
You most likely have, because it's one of the things that get advertised on Facebook. Pocket FM. It's one of those off my Pocket FM app. But like that's like there's a whole plethora of shit that people can use, and there's people who still using their creativity to be able to bring forth more entertainment that can genuinely bring in more viewers, more people that tune into your particular place. But you have to look at some of these books and the audio books, some of the regular books, some of these like little short drama reels and shit that they posting up on these other apps. And I know that they're posting them on there because it's either low quality acting, but or basically basically that's what it is. Because the stories can be pretty decent.
It's just
they have decent told stories with good plot lines, but shitty actors. So therefore, it has a lower budget outcome and all that. And they put it on these little short shits, but they making money. Because guess what?
You gotta pay lots of views to watch it.
Yo, they're dropping like 60-second clips as a chapter intentionally.
Yeah.
Like they'll show like 72, 89, 100 or something chapters, but them chapters is probably like 60 seconds worth of video. And the way that they making money off of them shit, they got advertisements in there. So if you want to actually watch the shit, guess what? You got to watch an ad to get 60 seconds of a fucking clip for you to find out what happens next in that story. And you're going to keep doing that shit if you genuinely interested in order for you to find out what the fuck happens next. Or you just going to pay the money.
Yeah, that either or like most people, they look for the shit online for free, even though they got the pirates have been getting their wings clipped by people's governments. I know the anime one, if people watch shit on anime for free, got their wings clipped for, was that Cloudflare or something like that, that was hosting that shit for most people, and they were told to put down and told to pay millions and billions of dollars to the government or something like that, or the agency that they lost it to, for the piracy. And I'm like, and everybody's like, oh, that's why you gotta have the LimeWire and that to download and stream. Like, y'all going backwards. Y'all talking about downloading shit to your PCs, and we're in a time where everything's supposed to be at your fingertips to watch online surfing and whatnot. And I get it.
Yeah, you fucking stream it.
Yeah, I get it. People like they don't want to pay for this. I definitely get it. When I look at those, annual fees, because that's what I pay annually. I try to avoid doing the monthly if possible. The annual fees for like my anime shit, I'm like, yeah, I get it, but I also know if I don't feel like looking for it online. But when I could just pay an annual fee and then I have my shit available, even like Netflix or whatnot, Disney, I don't have a problem paying annually if it's available, because it's one-time fee. I stack up for it, wait for it, pay it off, and then I don't have to worry about it. If I want to watch anytime I want to watch, I just pull up my phone wherever I'm at and look at it. They don't make a lot of stuff for kids these days, especially kids these days, and even anime, all that stuff. It's none of it's geared how it used to be. Anime, I think, has always been for adults. I think anime has always been for adults, but a lot of the cartoons are really stupid for kids. They're not. Well, thanks for the bits, bro.
Of course.
A lot of
that was the last three I had, nigga.
Yeah, I give you one. I got one left. I'll give it to you next time you're alive.
I appreciate it.
I gotta see if I can do it. Depending on how close you are, I think I can only do it if you're close enough to get in your affiliate. A lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed back in the day, from back in the day.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yep.
We've been
going for a little minute now. Damn.
Facts. You wanna bring us out, bro? What?
All right, well, hold on. Beforehand, G, you got anything you want to talk about real quick?
Quiet.
No, you was rattling. I was rattling off the mouth. I mean,
Hold up.
Nothing.
Baby brother said, I got something I want to talk about.
Of course he does.
I mean, I went to AEW Full Gear.
That can't ping on their motherfucking eyebrows right make me fucking sick. Yeah. I can't believe I'm this sick over a bitch that can't even draw eyebrows on right.
Yeah.
So I went to AEW Full Gear in Jersey yesterday.
That was yesterday? The show?
Yeah, I went to the show. I was there.
Oh shit! Wasn't someone retiring after this pay-per-view, or is that next month? There's someone retiring. Fandango, the guy who used to be named Fandango at Rust for WWE.
Oh, Fandango? Yeah. I don't know. They didn't say his name. Remember, when you're live, you don't hear anything, so we don't know.
I know he's supposed to retire. Nope. I don't know if it's the show in January that's coming up, or if it's supposed to be this one, but it's supposed to be his last in-ring performance. He's gonna retire from the ring, and I'm like, damn, I'm definitely be watching the War Games that are coming up.
We're that old? Jesus.
Yeah, right.
Fandango?
What are you, 40? He don't even look that old, but I definitely get a lot of them don't want to do certain things. They want to take care of their body. They want to be able to have time with their kids and whatnot. That's why AJ Styles is retiring next year. He could probably still another 5 good years in this shit. But like he said, next year's gonna be his last year.
Tyler Breeze is still outside doing stuff. That's why I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Listen, when it comes down to it,
I mean, Ric Flair still trying to do shit too from time to time. When he shouldn't. He definitely sit down.
Listen, I don't blame him though, because if you constantly taking concussions, my nigga, like you take as many concussions as a football player. If I'm being honest, granted, yeah, you know how to fall and all that shit properly, but it's only so many times that your brain gonna get rattled and your bones going fucking creak and shit before you be like, you know what? I can't really walk no more. I can barely speak. I can't. There's a lot of shit that comes with it.
Look at Angle. He was in a lot of pain for all the stuff he did. And the Percocets was helping him with his pain, and that's not really not even the answer. But I was just he was doing that to help himself with pain. I definitely get that. But yeah, it is what it is.
Let's not get into Kirk. So we all know how this works.
That's for another podcast.
What you said? What about Kirk?
He said, "No, let's not get into it with for Kurt." I get it. I get it. Oh shit! Before I forget, let me do this now.
But
he did pop his name up.
Awesome. It was nice to see people live and be in the experience again.
Yeah, that's definitely my goal is to get in some live shit soon.
Well, this stuff is expensive.
Yeah, I would start using these. So being a disabled veteran, they have tickets and whatnot for us sometimes. I'm definitely trying to use this stuff and see.
True.
I'm trying to see how it is. It has definitely been a minute. Let me see if this works better.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I damn sure would have.
Because SmackDown's gonna be here in January.
Well, yeah. I mean, remember he's not out there.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying.
I think if I'm not mistaken, they're coming to my area soon too, so I'm gonna be taking a look like that. Senior Ego, you wanna close us out for the night, or partial close us out.
All right. Well, as always, we here for a good time, not a long time, but I'm hoping you all had a great one with us. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Gigi, thank you for pulling up with us and chopping it up for a little bit. Know what I mean? Appreciate you. If y'all, if anything, make sure y'all follow Gigi. My bad, Reptar, R3PTARGRR. That's on YouTube. That's on Instagram. That's you on Twitch too.
Yep, I gave her a shout out. She's on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all follow her. Huh?
Sorry, I said I was still doing Borderlands and stuff. I just need help.
No. There you go. See, she needs some help in Borderlands, so y'all can add her too. I believe that's her name too on Xbox. I ain't gonna dox her. I ain't gonna do that.
I mean, if y'all creepy, she gonna probably tell y'all to piss off. So,
word, she probably not gonna follow you afterwards. So
all right.
Don't be weird.
Right.
Just don't pull up on her with the weird activities. All right. But you know what I'm saying, you can also find her at Dating with Reptar. You know what I'm saying? Also, what's the other screen name? Reptar Love Jones. She's locked in, y'all.
Reptar _Love Jones R3PTAR _JWinnieZ2. Because remember, the first one got shut down.
Right.
When we turned 4 years old, 28th.
How many years? 3?
Something about the 28th?
No, 5.
5 years. Look at that. Doing her damn thing out there. I give it to Reptar. She's definitely doing her damn thing. 5 years. It's better than one of our other guests that we haven't heard that said they were going on the tour, then never came back.
Well,
you fucking dumb.
Emotional damage.
I ain't even about to bring up the name of the individual you are referring to. I'm gonna let that lie. I'm gonna let that be right now.
I gotta throw my little shots out there sometimes. I gotta be me. It wouldn't be right if I wasn't me. I hate when people do that shit. Try to talk a big talk, but then can't really back it up on here. It's
yeah.
So, but
y'all know y'all can find Zone. Know what I'm saying? That boy's Zone the Torque. Alright, Zone Media, all that good shit. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Hit them up.
Facts.
Find them and hit them up.
And if you want to actually tune into us, instead of just listening to our lovely voices every Sunday, you can come check us out on Twitch where we stream live. And if Twitch is not it for you, we also hit up YouTube and Kick as well. You know, a little bit here, there, a little bit salt, pepper, everything nice. But if you want to tune into us live and see some faces with the voices, tune into Twitch. That's the best place to be. You can catch me on camera, and hopefully soon they'll start turning on their cameras because I set it up where they could, and we'll go from there.
I got my little top flight security uniform on right now, so I ain't want to put my face on cam.
Top flight security in the world, Craig.
I had Trippy just needs a projector on. Don't start me.
Man. We're gonna have Reptile here with a PowerPoint.
Yo, yeah, man. Guys, it's been awesome. We appreciate every one of y'all that stopped by, that will stop by, and that's gonna stop by in the future. Love, peace, and all that hot shit. All right.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Turkey Day for those who do celebrate it.
Happy Turkey Day. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all gobble till you wobble and all that hot
gobble
shit.
Gobble till you wobble.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Later, bitches.
This nigga is upset. Okay, he said he hopes that all heartbreakers choke on turkey. And cheaters. Excuse me. Cheaters and heartbreakers choke on turkey.
Valid points. Valid points.
All right. Yeah. That's a lot of anger right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of anger.
Hard body. I'm taking that. Yep.
Until next time, pod.
You, sometimes. Yes, indeed. Y'all have a great one. Peace out. Peace, niggas.